Un verano en Nueva York. Let me see. No, no. Puerto Rico. Hey, come on, everybody, that boat. Man, you just keep seeing as new stuff keeps continuing to pop out. Huh? And yes, it is. It is Bad Bunny playing. I know in certain ones, I don't think certain ones you can't play music, but we're playing Bad Bunny. We're listening to Bad Bunny radio. If you have a problem with that, feel offended. Just be offended. Like I don't care if you're offended at the fact that I'm playing Spanish music. Learn a different language. Let's see. We're just waiting on TikTok to send notifications to most of the people I talk to. See who wants to have dialogue. It's not gonna be much. I think we might end up um in gaming. The new season of Apex came on, so we might do that. We might do that. There is a possibility of that. But besides that, not much to worry about, is there? I was just like, I made a couple of videos today, and it was just like none of them really, for some reason, none of them really took off. You're what up, Doctor? Doctor Vital is in the building. Doctor, you gonna jump on fucking season 28? Let me know. I might jump on later and just bullshit talk with people for a couple, and then from there probably go jump on some Apex. Need to update it though. Still haven't updated it. What's up, political? Hold on, what was I about to do? I was about to do something. I totally forgot. But yeah, what's up, political? How's your day doing? Scrolling forever. What's up? On Kick. I need to find an overlay to put on this. I had an overlay to be able to put it so that you can see all the messages. I need to figure that out again. I had it. I don't know what I did with it. What's the multi chat? What's multi chat? Let's see. But that thing was massive. Let's see on the thing. But I couldn't get TikTok on it. That's the only thing. One day at a time. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. That's what you got to do nowadays. It's just, what's up, Rosanna? No, I'm not gonna do the multi chat on there. Wozner, what's up, my man? See, I had it show up partly. It's a big thing, but I gotta change that. I gotta fix that so that way people it'll actually show up when I have people like chatting and stuff like that, so I can have like a full display of the chat. I just need to get TikTok involved somehow so that way it can populate. That's the only thing really. Besides that, I don't really have anything else. How's everybody doing today? I know Gamers is on Apex. I know that for a fact. I know Gamers are on Apex for the new season. TikTok, not much for me. Got off work early, not a bad day. Hey, that's how it gotta be. Doctor got that. Doctor working the military hours. So doctor, what you saying is you worked a regular day. That's what you just told me right there. You worked a regular day in the army. My man said I worked a 12-hour plus day, so you worked a regular day in the army. That's the crazy part about it when you talk about it. It's just like what people say it's just like I skipped PT to be at the motor pool normal enough. Oh well, yeah. Those days are tough when you gotta spend the whole day working, but it's as long as you accomplish what you set out to do for the day, it's not that bad. Army's always different. Army's always like that. The thing is there's no set times. Cause the thing is yeah, you can work a couple of hours one day and then the next day you working the whole fucking day almost. Depending on mission, depending if you're about to go to the field, depending if you're about to do a bunch of stuff, it's always a different thing. That's the interesting part. One day to get a 113 ready for that's all. Now that sounds about right. Working on the stuff the whole day and then nothing actually comes of it. That sounds legit. TikTok, why ain't you pushing my live, man? Damn. It's like it's crazy to me sometimes because the thing is just like, oh shit, infantry even worse. Shit, especially when you're out in the fucking field. When you out in the field, it's even fucking worse. What the shit? If you infantry is even fucking worse. At any point, that's the thing in the military. At any point, any job, it doesn't matter what the job is. You can be there for, you can have a short day where shit ain't planned and people let you go, or you can have a long ass day. And then it also depends on the supervisor that you may have. You may have a supervisor or not. Oh, that shit. I don't miss that. I don't miss the pulling on and off security shit. That I don't miss. Matter of fact, I don't miss none of the shit. I'm about to, shit. Let me be serious with you. Let me be serious with you. I don't miss none of that shit. Fuck that. I don't miss it at all. I miss the people. That's what you always end up missing when you get out the military. It's the people. Not the dumb shit you did. It's always the people. Even though I'm headquarters platoon, I don't touch that. Hey, bro, look, if you're in headquarters, what I'll tell you, Vital, is learn everybody else's job. Learn everybody else's job. That will set you up for success in the future. Learn everybody else's job. What? Oh, you first sergeant driver? Learn everybody else's job. When you learn everybody else's job in headquarters, your future is a lot easier. Because the thing is you will know the jobs. You will know how to do commo. You will know how to do supply. You will know how to do fucking S1 paperwork. When you know all that stuff, damn, 6'3" in the fucking tank. Bro, I don't know how y'all don't have a fucking restriction on that. Why is there not a restriction on fucking height when it comes to tankers? Like, bro, that's just setting you up for failure. You gonna have a bad back, bad knees, fucking bent over the whole fucking time in the tank. Like, yeah, this has to be like a minimum or something. Or make the tanks taller. What's up, Emma? Oh yeah, Emma, I saw your message. I wasn't saying I was tired of you messaging me with the stuff you were sending. I was just saying I'm tired of this whole fucking situation with all the information that keeps coming out. And it's just like every day is something new. Every day somebody finds something new in the Epstein files. They find a new part. What's up, Pedro? They found a new document or they found a new picture that wasn't redacted enough or that it was redacted at one point but it didn't redact. Like, bro, it's tiring. Going through all that shit is tiring at this point. But yeah, man, I don't know how the fuck it was just like I took a call for a fire class last week and I've been hanging out with the new supply. Bruh, I don't mess with Army homos. I'll go over to the Air Force side. Why would I go over to the Air Force side? Hey man, at least they got better barracks. You ain't wrong, bro. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. Can't even be mad at you. My man is not wrong. My man is just like, you not wrong. You keeping it on the smart side. You went to the Air Force side. At least you get high living standards. Shit. I still can't. You know what it is that the Air Force gets a fucking stipend when they stay on Army installations? Because the Army installation isn't up to the Air Force living standards. Do you know how bad that sounds? You know how bad that is? That you mean to tell me that another fucking branch says, I don't deal with peasants. I need a stipend for this. Fuck that. If that isn't the fastest way to call army people fucking soldiers peasants, I don't know what is. It was just like if I gotta sleep here, that shit has always been crazy to me. Always been crazy to me. It was just like I gotta stay with the peasants. It's like I gotta stay with the peasants. Nah, fuck that. Y'all gotta pay me for this. He said I'm embracing the black mold in my parents' room. I never thought that's universal, whoa. You motherfuckers have fucking extra relationships. You in a that's what you call being in a situationship. The mold in the barracks, that is a situationship. Hold on, give me a sec. Almost had to whoop the cat's ass. My smallest one just came downstairs talk about the cat is scratching up the whole fucking scratching up the at the door. I was like, I got here about the peasant. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. No, it's how's it at how's it at Hood? I'm over at JB Alignment. It's not shit. Damn. That's yeah. That's the problem we still have in the military is the suicide rate is still going. It was like there's no mental health awareness when it comes to the military. That's the sad part about it. There's no real mental health awareness for it. I was just like if you are trying to, there's not enough mental health resources, there's not enough mental health people to actually do the stuff and that's how it usually goes. There's not a lot of people that do that and there's not a lot of people that go through that situation. So it's just like a lot of people don't understand that. And there's mold in every single base. It's not just army. The military as a whole, a lot of these buildings are fucking old. They get built by the cheapest fucking contractors that the military can find, but then somehow all that money gets wasted on it. But they don't talk about that. It was just like they never mentioned that part. It was just like there's mold in all these fucking buildings. They get poorly built, they get poor ventilation. Then the thing is the amount of time it takes for you to actually get this shit fixed, it takes even longer. And that's a bigger problem because the thing is contracted out. A lot of the times, you know how many times people were just told to fucking just paint over the mold or grab some bleach and scrub the shit out? Like Was it just damn? He OD'd out on pills. Fuck. See, look, talk about he got a leak in the roof. It was like, look, that's one thing. When it comes to mental health is one thing that doesn't get taken care of in the military, and it doesn't get paid attention to because they just expect you to push through. And it's just like, and the crazy thing is then the people be like, oh my God, well, you didn't deploy. How do you have PTSD? I was like, you know what it is to have to talk about one of your friends passing away? That's traumatizing. That's not a conversation you should regularly have to have with anybody. That is trauma. Most people don't recognize it, but that is trauma. That is a part of trauma. If you witness somebody pass away, or a friend of you passed away, or they took their life, that is trauma. And that's the other thing. Whoa, look, I'll tell you this. The deployment ain't fucking worth it. I'll tell you this now. I did my 10 years. The deployment is not fucking worth it. It is not worth it. The deployment is never worth the fucking trauma. If you got behavioral health issues and you got to talk about the shit, go talk to them. And if you don't got time to do it on base, see if you can get somebody off base. I was just like, you can't go off of this. A deployment is nice. It was just like it's different because you're infantry too, and I know a deployment makes you stand out and shit. But look, bro, all you gotta do is take. Oh, it's Korea, man. You ain't gotta worry about Korea. Depending on what you're gonna be doing, you might get locked down or not. It's just like you gotta take care of yourself. Whoa, that's the one thing I will tell you. Take care of yourself. The first priority when it's in the military is, bro, if you sick, they gonna send somebody else. It's not like the deployment ain't gonna happen. They're gonna send somebody else. It's not like the deployment. It's not like they're gonna be like, all right, shit, we can't send this dude. All right, fuck it, call the whole shit off. That shit ain't happening. They're gonna find every which way to get you to go, because the only thing it does, it shows on that commander's fucking evaluation. Oh, you lasted here for this long. Oh, you going to Poland? Oh, you replacing one of the people that my kid goes to school with. You going to Poland, so you replacing First Brigade here in fucking Riley. That's who you replacing, Vital. It's always a rotation of that. It's Hood, Riley, and they keep on going back because he's like what, a month out, I think, and that's how it usually goes. But that's the thing, the rotation is gonna happen because the thing is what's gonna happen is on that evaluation of that fucking officer, is just gonna say, I had a 98% fucking deployment rate, or I had a 90, whatever the fuck it is, basically to say I had almost every single fucking person I had in my battalion or my unit deploy. That's all it is. That's all it fucking is. That's literally all it is. That's literally the biggest thing. It's just the commander being able to say, I sent 95% of people. Wozner, you don't need that. You could go in Poland, you be good. You be good. Poland is nice. Poland is nice, and you're not gonna. I know y'all not gonna stay in Poland the whole time. Y'all gonna go look. Y'all gonna go to Grafenwehr first. I already know y'all rotation because I was the one managing them shits when I was in Germany. You're gonna go to Grafenwehr. You're gonna collect all your shit in Graf. So you're gonna be in Graf probably for the first week or two, 3 weeks. Collect all your gear, have all that shit shipped, and then you go to Poland. You gonna be in Germany. If you in Germany and you in Graf, there's a bar that's right outside the gate. I don't know if they're gonna let y'all go. There's gate one. Be careful. That Donner place though, best fucking Donner you ever fucking have. Donner kebabs. If you've never had one of them shits, make sure you grab them. Best fucking food you fucking find, especially while drunk. There's no topping it. Just no topping it. But that's there, and that's the thing. But that's all it is for those evaluations. The evaluations is to say, hey, you are going to go this. I have 1,000 people in my unit. I'm deploying with 998 of those people are deploying. Two of them can't go. That's all they want. They want those numbers because that's what makes it look like they are deployment ready. When you do your METs, your medals, your mission essential task list, when you complete those, it just basically to solidify that you are prepared to have your unit deploy to whatever location. That's it. That's all you do that for. You going out to the field is them practicing those metal tasks so that way those metal tasks are done. They're completed. You go down the list. It's like, oh, you had this many people complete this. We went and did a range, or we did gunnery, or we did whatever the fuck it was that they want to call it. Operation Waste My Fucking Time. They completed it. Everybody went. Everybody completed it. Boom. That's it. And that's what that fucking commander gets evaluated on. If you hurt, that motherfucker don't care. He wants you to go. If you hurt, he gonna want to send you regardless. What up, AR? I was chemical, but I got attached to everybody. So that's what I said. I've learned a lot. I was around the infantry. I was around the cabs. I was around. What else? Who else did I get fucking attached? Shit. Yeah, I was. Yeah, I got attached to everybody because that's the one thing at CBRN, they don't discriminate on what unit you go to because you probably got a CBRN guy. If they haven't sent you a CBRN guy, yeah, trust me, I heard the shit the whole time. But then when I was rucking with them and fucking in Polk, ain't nobody tell me shit about not being Cav. When I was rucking up and down, they said, oh, look, somebody on TikTok that didn't get a hug, probably never served in the military. It's okay, bro. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I was like, you get attached to everybody. You do some fun shit. You definitely do some fun shit. Somebody on TikTok just came in and be like, just, you aren't special. I never said I was. But I had the respect to everybody I worked with, which means a lot more than being special. Ain't nobody say, hey, Staff Sergeant Cruz walk around, ain't nobody say I ain't helping that dude. That's more respect than I fucking needed. I didn't have to be the best at anything, but I had the respect that everybody was willing to work with me and work with me no matter what the situation was. Because they knew I was working with them in that situation too. And that's something that you can't gain that kind of respect. You can't be a bitch on the internet like that. It was just like, hey, y'all, Stern, what the fuck y'all mean? I got paid to watch Melania's movie premiere. Who the fuck is spending this? I'm a whoop someone's ass. Fuck you mean somebody paid me? Did George Soros send me some money also? Is George Soros behind this? I haven't seen the check hasn't hit then, AR. It hasn't hit. And neither has the movie. Cause I ain't watching that shit. You don't know why the sky is blue? He'll find out. He'll find out why the sky is blue. That's why, Dr. Vital. The sky is blue because God loves the infantry. I don't know how the fuck y'all came up with that shit. I've wondered every single fucking day. How does that make sense when y'all wear green? That should never make sense to me. And fucking artillery is the queen of battle. Like, what? Lizette, I've heard everything. Just like, unfortunately, I hear everything. That's the problem, I think. I hear everything that happens in the fucking world. Everyone was getting older than infantry. Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah, I do get the blue card. Said I'm not. I'm just saying. Unfortunately, I hear fucking everything. They're just like, all I have to do is turn this app on, whichever app I'm on. Is just like, it's like these people want me to say something just so they can mute me, just so they can be like, damn, Cruz is about to say something. They said the blue core gives a plus 10 to testosterone. Pedro, it's an army thing. The fucking infantry man, you can't tell him shit. But tell him to fill a child line. Tell him, tell him, tell him to make sure they got ammo. Then they're gonna be like, oh shit, that damn Pogue, I need his ass. I need that damn Pogue over here. He gonna get us that ammo. Oh, that's as quick as it was. Donald Cruz was dancing at the Super Bowl. Y'all didn't see me at the Super Bowl. I was there. I was one of those grass things. That's why I didn't want to show myself, because then it was like, he said I ain't walking nowhere. That's hilarious. I was one of those bushes in the Super Bowl. Y'all didn't see me though. Oh, you saw me? Fuck. That's why, because I was probably saying fuck Trump between the fucking grass, and that's why they was just like, we gotta investigate this guy. Gotta investigate him. Sure, we don't want to. Sure. That's the shit, man. Nah, man, y'all be alright. Look, y'all gonna go to Poland and you gonna go to fucking Korea. Y'all gonna be good. What's up, Jeanette? Those are rotations that are not difficult. Those ain't those that they suck because you're gonna be in Grafenwehr. Well, no, Korea, you going to Korea. Whoa, if you going whoever's going to Poland, if you going to Poland, by you're gonna end up in Graf. What do Seaburn guys do all day? Everybody else's job. We do everybody else's job because they don't let us do. Whoa, when's the last time you went to a chamber? Answer me that. When's the last time you went to a chamber? You go to a chamber what? Maybe once a year, if that. So what is that, Seaburn? Last year, twice in training. Exactly. You did that shit twice. Meaning that Seaburn did he did his job twice. He did his job twice that whole year. Then the rest of the time, he was doing supply. The rest of the time, he was in the fucking motor pool fixing vehicles. The other times, he was the guy that was always on fucking guard duty or fucking staff duty or CQ. That guy. Oh no, the Seaburn, it depends. It depends. If you are Seaburn and you join if you're in a Seaburn unit, you will do a lot of Seaburn. The same way infantry, y'all do y'all same. Everybody does their own training specifically. Us, we're in mop gear. Me, I was in level A suits, level B suits. We do shit that most of the army has no fucking idea we actually do. No idea. We work the same gear the fire department has, I'm certified in. I'm certified in technician as a Seaburn person. So if it comes to any gas or any toxic agent or anything like that, and somebody has to be rescued and stuff like that, I can go in and do that. Not all Seaburn could do that because you got to get the training for it. But if anything happens, like if you have, let's say, a 18-wheeler on the highway that flips over and it's fucking gas, I'm the one that they would call to basically go fix the shit. I'm hazmat also. So that was basically my job. But if you're not in the chemical unit, you do everybody else's job. Because basically, like if you have a person, like if you have a chem person in your unit in the infantry, they're gonna do every training that you do. And they're gonna be good at it. It depends on the resources that Seaburn person is given. Because you got to remember, a lot of Seaburn people don't get the fucking attention because nobody cares about it. Nobody cares. Before it was NBC. nuclear, biological, and chemical. Then it became fucking chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear. Because now we deal with everything. But when it comes to fucking. See, so look, this is basically one of the jobs that we do at CBRN. If you go into Ranger school, which you being infantry, most likely you will go and try to get your Ranger tab. CBRN is one of the few, maybe of I think like 4 different MOSs that can be attached to Rangers without having the Ranger tab because of our expertise when it comes to chemical munitions. So when it comes to any clandestine lab or something like that, and you see people going to get samples and stuff like that, that is a CBRN person doing that because we specialize in sampling and stuff like that. What's up, Twan? I didn't even notice this shit. Like that's the thing. This is like that's why I hate streaming on the phone with TikTok sometimes because it doesn't show you enough shit. Like most of the time, it's just on TikTok. It'll show you like the fucking invite this person as a guest, invite this person, invite people that I've never seen or never spoken in my live before to be a guest. Like why? Why would I do that? Like, why would I do that? Have random people that I've never spoken to on it. Like, well, that's basically what we do. But besides that, CBRN does every other job. Because the thing is most of the time we don't always do our job. So you, Zine, appreciate the follow on Kick. And that's the thing. It depends. Vital, when you work with these people, work with all the stuff. I bet y'all make great gay cards. That's what we get. That's what we get put at. We get put, we're the jack of all trades. Put it like that. If you run into a CBRN person and they high speed, we are the jack of all trades. Because we get put and attached to everybody else when we're not doing our job. That's why I say we're the jack of all trades, because we will get put to every single different job as assistants. If you need an extra body, CBRN do. You need another body for a mission, CBRN guy. Shit, I was running QRF the whole fucking time when I was deployed. It was just like, and that was QRF. I wasn't infantry. It was fucking nothing but fucking, what was it? It was water dogs, fucking a couple of ammo dudes, me, the only CBRN guy, and we were doing fucking QRF. They don't give a fuck who does the QRF. The most interesting training I did related to CBRN, I would say when we had it was an all hands mission in Hawaii. We literally got to work with every single branch. So it was literally every branch was there. So the Air Force had their CBRN people. You had the Hawaii Police Department, the Navy CBRN, you had the Marine CBRN, you had all of them, and it was all like a joint mission in a I can't remember the name of the fucking park on Oahu. Oh, what the fuck was the name of that park? What the fuck was the name of the park? I can't remember what the park was, but it was basically like a simulation where we had to do an all hands fucking exercise without conversing with each other beforehand. So it was supposedly there was some radioactive munition that exploded or fell off of a vehicle, and they picked up the vehicle. They had engineers come pick it up, had a tow and everything, had a wrecker come and pick the ship. Like it was basically everything there. I might be able to get it for you if you remember where. I wouldn't be able to tell you remember where. It was a small park. It was a small park. Uh it was towards Diamond Head, but not all the way down there. It was like in the stretch between Diamond Head before you got into like the midst of downtown Honolulu. That little stretch where you have that long strip, and you get to Diamond Head and you have that. It was like in between there somewhere, and it was just like a joint thing where everybody was just like, "Hey, you just got called up. They need chemical assistance, so we have to suit up, join the thing, go sample the stuff, survey it, lay out the thing, put out the fucking markers and everything, so that way the next fucking think it was the Navy came after, because the Navy had a fucking truck, bro. They had a hazmat truck. And I'm like, yo, we the fucking army and we the only chemical unit in Oahu. There's chemical people, but we're the only chemical unit. And these motherfuckers had a truck, a whole hazmat truck. We had a fucking Connex. Kapiolani Regional Park is right. That might have been it. That might have been it. The Kapiolani one. Because if it's in between there, we don't have a truck. Bro, my whole thing, like, I got into it with my lieutenant. After, like, when we did the fucking after action review, I got into it with my lieutenant. That shit gave me a lower fucking evaluation because of it. I almost cursed her the fuck out. Because I was just like, yo, the Navy has a truck. Why wouldn't we coordinate to work with them so that we can work some of the shit they have also so that they can use their truck? This bitch was like, no, this is our mission. We're gonna do it because she thought, because she was a fucking butter bar. So she thought it was just like, oh, if I do this and I do this, it's gonna make me look good. It was like, no, bitch, if you show, it's a all hands on deck where you have all the fucking branches and the police department working together on a mission. And you decided that you were just gonna keep it that only the fucking army, us the Seaburn people did it, instead of incorporating everybody else. I was like, that made you look like shit, but I was like, whatever. No, yeah, that's what it was. She literally had to be the star. Bro, the amount the amount of respect I gained from my soldiers on that day from the whole fucking company, after that nobody fucked with me. Cause it was literally like, so green. No, she was green as fuck. She didn't know what the fuck she was doing. Okay, so one thing when you come to like radiological stuff, right? There is a certain limit of, it's called centigrade, which is the radiation level that happens that you can be exposed to. You can only be exposed to a certain amount of centigrade or gray, however you want to measure it by, when you're doing these things. So literally, let's say if you had a certain amount and you had already done a mission, if you were close to the threshold, you would not be able to participate in any missions for a whole year, because it would have to take that long for you to make sure that you didn't have any other radiation. Yeah. See, but see, that's the thing, Rosner. This fucking woman decided that the turn back rate for us. So basically, anytime you get a turn back rate, so let's say it's 3.6, right? The turn back rate would be the certain amount that you could go to, and then you have to turn back so that you don't get exposed to it and you don't go further than that, so that the radiation levels don't have it. Because you have an ANVDR2, the R fucking, I still, do I have it? No, I don't have it. I was just like, I have my mask. I don't have any of them shits. That shit would have been too much to actually take statement of charges for. But she gave us 25 as the turn back. Mind you, the minimum is 3.6, like you said. She gave us 25 as the turn back rate. And the soldiers started looking at me like, if you're in a radiological environment, what's the protection you get? Is it just regular? You're just in MOPP gear. That's the thing that people don't understand. When it comes to radiological stuff, there is no protection. Radiation goes through everything depending on the radiation. But when it comes to, let's say, a nuclear blast, that radiation goes through everything. The reason that you have MOPP gear on is not to stop the radiation. It's so that you don't have any particles fall on your person. Because if it falls on your skin, any fallout that falls on your skin will literally start deteriorating the cells, because it landed, you'll have that spot. Like that's the thing. When it comes to everybody else, they don't show those pictures, but for our training, they'll show that the shit goes and it'll eat through. How do you stop chlorine gas? I heard it eats through the regular mask filters. You don't use a regular That's the one thing that the mask cannot stop. With chlorine, it depends. Most of the time, you have to let it dissipate, or there's different methods in hazmat where you can cover it and with a tarp and have it like fall on itself, and then it'll hit the tarp. But then, since it doesn't have anywhere to expose itself, it becomes a liquid, and then from there, it's not as bad. Still bad, but not in the air where you can't control it. Because that's when you have to have a actual level A level A suit, which is when you're completely sealed. You know when y'all seen those like when a motherfucker looks like he's in a fucking balloon, in a blue balloon, or those big ass suits, that is a level A suit. Now, if you don't have a level A suit, you shouldn't be near chlorine gas. If anytime you see chlorine gas or anything of the sort, make sure you are upwind, not upwind, yeah. Basically, you're away from it. Make sure that downwind, that the wind is pushing it away from you. Wherever you're located, make sure that the wind is pushing it away from you. If there's no wind, make sure you get away from a radius, because there's it's a ERG. Is chlorine a visible gas? When you are seeing it, you will see the white smoke. Like, let's say something is punctured or something, you will see the white smoke expanding and coming out. You'll see it. The thing is the amount of videos, because they teach us on that. Like, one of the videos that they show us, it is a vehicle that is a truck going on a highway, or I think it was like a side road, and he kind of like tipped over, and the police officer, it was a sheriff, he didn't know anything. He didn't know what it was. He saw there was smoke in the air. He just thought it was, like smoke. The dude walked towards it, not realizing that it was chlorine. The guy ends up dying in the video, and they show us that video as part of it, because it's just like he goes into it and he just loses air because there's no air. Can't breathe it in. You can't survive in that environment. So he literally goes, and then you hear, oh, he got ads. fucking fucking Twitch. Twitch will do that. Let me know when you're back, but I'll keep explaining that. But that's something that a lot of people don't realize when it comes to that. It was just like that'll happen, and people go into that environment and they end up dying because of the fact that they are not, you can't breathe in that scenario unless you are completely sealed up. You have to be completely sealed up, and you have basically the mask the firefighters have. That's what you have. It's a SCBA suit. I forget the fucking acronym for it. But the SCBA suit, you have it on, and when you have that on, that happens. Let me see. How long is this ad? Damn, the ad got another minute. What's the most likely seaborne threat in the next war? Nerve agents, dirty bomb, or something else? Is the the most likely threat in the next war? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Don't know. It depends on what the person is fucking willing to use. Don't know. You don't fucking know. That's the worst part about it. You don't fucking know. You don't know what people are capable of doing or what they want to do. Nerve agents are fucking crazy. Sarin gas, you can't see, you can't smell. You just dead, bro. You just dead. There's no, you dead. That's it. Like there's no before after type shit. Some of the things some of the things that have been outlawed and shit like that, it's for a reason that it's been outlawed. Cause some of the shit you just can't combat. Unless you're in a fucking mask the whole time, you wouldn't know that there's an agent out there. That's why they always say, it was just like when they say that when they always ask to did you do any research on the subway attacks in Tokyo using sarin gas? We didn't do any research on it because the thing is some of that info was classified, they wanted to say. Because they didn't say how exactly it got put out, where it came from, or who had it. So it wasn't really a knowledgeable thing, but all those people just, there's no stopping that. Because the thing is even if you have an Atna kit, you can have the Atna, hit a person with an Atna. At that point, you're still in a minimum thing. Because the thing is we go through sarin gas is part of our chemical training, and most people don't know that. Most people, we go through a live nerve agent at Fort Leonard Wood. Oh, maybe I can't say that. I don't know if I could say that or not. But Fort Leonard Wood has one of the few facilities that they do that training. And when you are a chemical soldier, you go through a live nerve agent. And in that facility, you go through that live. Okay, it's public. I know it's very rare, and it's a very secluded and very high value place. But basically, you have that, and every CBRN soldier you know goes through that training, goes through a live nerve agent, and you have it on. And every single one of those rotations, one motherfucker always gets hospitalized. Every single one. Because somebody's mask didn't seal correctly. Always. Well, I'm not in the military anymore, bro, so I can say it. It's not OPSEC to me. It's not OPSEC to me. I'm not giving out any fucking classified information. It's Jeanette said, with this information you're getting, most of it is, that's the thing, Jeanette. A lot of the stuff is public information. It's public information for a lot of the stuff. A lot of that stuff is public information. It's one of the few facilities that there is in the country that does that. And basically that's what CBRN soldiers do. They go through that process. They go through, you go through the motions depending on what level it is you're doing it. If you're doing it at the entry level, which is like AIT, you don't do too much. You're in there, but you're doing like movement and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy when, excuse me, when you're going through AIT. Now, when you're going through ALC, SLC, they actually have you practice sampling like a thing, sampling an item and stuff like that. Bro, if China captured anybody, we don't know the information that China wants. Ain't no regular person know that shit. But that's the thing about it. I was like, when you go through that training, when you're at the higher levels like ALC, SLC, you will go through that facility, but then you will be evaluated on your ability to register things, sample things, notate things, the chain of custody, stuff like that. Because it's literally, you're gonna go into a thing and they'll be like, hey, this is the breakdown. We need you to write a mission. Here it is, how many people you got, here's the stuff you could use, this is what you can got, inventory, all that stuff. You have to break that down and create a mission, and that's part of your leadership skills, basically, as they evaluate you through ALC and SLC. It is you leading a group as one of it, or you may be one of the people that's part of the sample team, or you may be part of the recon team, or you may be part of the decon team, depending on what it is. And then you go through that process. Sampling will go, do that, recon goes, they picture it out, map it out, tell you where's everything at. Oh, I seen this, I seen that, and did that. All right. Sampling knows they don't need to go anywhere but that room all the way in the back fucking corner. That's where the shit is at. All right, so then the person knows to go all the way to the back corner, get the fucking shit, sample it up, load it up, get everything, go. Then you make it to the decon team. Then once you're with the decon team got to decontaminate you. And then you go through the decon station, which most units don't know how to fucking do, which is crazy. But then you go through that process, and that's something that you have to, that's something right now I can still set up on the back of my fucking like blindfolded, I can still probably set it up, which is crazy now that I think about it. But it's just like stuff like that is most of those manuals and stuff like that, it's old manuals that get revisited, and some of them are shown and some of them are public, but it's just stuff that you can use as you're doing it. And the CBRN stuff is just like, it's that stuff that most people be like, oh, you just CBRN. But then if shit hit the fan, where the CBRN guy? Then we important. Then we the most important person in the whole fucking place. We override, basically. We become the, I wouldn't say we become the commander, but then the thing is the commander asks us for what it goes. How many times have you think I've had to experience CS gas? I've lost count. I had fun running it. I was the CBurn dude for my battalion at every battalion I've been at. I was the battalion CBurn. I made sure everybody went through the fucking chamber. I made sure everybody went. There was no, oh no, you ain't doing this. Hey, bro, you haven't done this training. When's the last time your book said that you did a chamber? Oh, you haven't done one in how? Yep, about that time, bro. Hey, bro, I got the capsules. Don't worry about it. Boom, you got this shit next month. And I would set it up. Because the thing is, it was my way also to get to know my CBurn soldiers. So every time a unit wanted to do a thing, I set it up and I went and I had them run it. I just supervised. I made sure everything was planned correctly. They had the capsules they needed. They had the little burner, the candles. They had everything. Everything was good to go. And I just did it that way. I've lost count how many times I went through CS gas. Shit, there's some motherfuckers that's fucking immune to it. Like immune. Like we'll walk through that shit like nothing. No tears, no snot, no nothing. Me, I got to that. I wouldn't say I got immune, but I had put myself through it so much that it wasn't bothering me at one point. Now, right now, if I go through it, that should have probably fucked me up. But it got to the point where it was just like I was running the chambers and I always did it. Did you ever have to get the anthrax vaccine? Yes, Aaron. I had my share of anthrax. Fucking shit. And the first time, but the second time is a lot easier. The first time is just shock. Wozna, it depends on who's running it. Depends on who's running your chambers. Because the thing is one thing that most people don't understand when it comes to supplies and stuff in the military is you have a certain amount of CS capsules. Most battalions only have like 6 for the year. So they might use a whole bunch at the beginning, and then at the end, you might only have 2, so the shit isn't as powerful. So the thing is the less that unit and that battalion is using up CS capsules or requesting it, the less they're gonna get. So if you had 6 this year and you didn't use them shits up, they're gonna be like, nah, bro. Oh, no. Basic training is different, bro. Don't go off of basic training. Basic training, they trying to fuck you up. It's meant to fuck you up. That's not regular shit. The one you go through in basic training is meant to fuck you up. You ain't supposed to see shit. That one, that's different because these motherfuckers have the big ass tent and they be using the CS grenades in there. You can't use a CS grenade in whatever chamber you have, in whatever installation you have. It is not the size of the fucking tents that they have in basic training. Those tents are big like that for a reason. It's so that they can unleash a whole fucking grenade. Because the thing is, you got to remember, there still has to be enough air there for people to bring in oxygen. When it comes to basic training, they're trying to have you fucking scared out your mind. Because they want you to be, they want that thought process to be like, bro, I can't see shit. And then they'd be like, hey, take your shit off. I need you to recite, what's the first general order? You coughing, I'm like, go. Hey, look, you can't put your hand, you can't get out to your hand till your shit is put in your mask, till your mask is put in your bag, and you haven't put your fucking hand on the person in front of your shoulders. You can't leave. And you always have that couple of motherfuckers that always freaking out, drop the fucking mask, end up reaching for it, kick it, can't grab it because they can't see it on. Bro, the amount of times I've seen that, fucking hilarious. And the thing is when I did it, the thing is I was able to acquire extra capsules. So when I always got those extra capsules, I was able to run and make it a bit stronger. But the thing is this is the one thing that people don't understand. When it comes to the CS chamber, What most people don't understand is in basic training, they're trying to show you what that shit is capable of. They want to show you that your mask works, but they also want you to experience it so that you feel what it is to have CS gas, tear gas, basically, in a confined area. They want you to experience that so that you be like, damn, fuck this shit. You know why? Because you gonna wear that fucking mask. Yep. And you ain't nobody ever finished it, Biggie. Nobody ever finishes the whole serial number, social, your birthday, the fucking army song, whatever that fucking instructor was there to fucking ask you, you had to say it. Cause you weren't gonna be able to hold your breath. Nobody is allowed to hold your breath. Cause if you hold your breath, that just means somebody else is breathing. You just fucking you fucking over your battle buddy. Yeah. But the thing is but this is the thing that most people don't understand. And this is something that I had to teach my Seaburn guys. The whole purpose of the chamber is not to scare people. As a Seaburn person, my job is not to scare the shit out of you when you think chamber, but oh man, I'm a snot filled. Well, if you got sinus problems, that's the best fucking thing you can do. Just run into somebody else's fucking chamber, yo snot and everything you be breathing fucking is you have the best breathing you've ever had. I wish I had a chamber sometimes access to one now. Just that shit'll clean your sinuses and you just be your shit all come out and then you be breathing perfectly fucking fine after that. You you be asking yourself, it's like, damn, this is what air feel like? This what real breathing tastes like? It's like I haven't had this in ages. It's like, what the fuck is this? You know what? Yeah, that basic training, any flu you have will be gone when you go through that shit. But the thing is as a Seaburn soldier, what you're supposed to be teaching your people is it because most people call it a gas chamber. It is not a gas chamber. Gas chamber was the shit that happened in Germany. That was a gas chamber. It is a mask confidence chamber. That is what the purpose is. Mask confidence chamber. The whole issue of it is to internalize in everybody's head that your mask works. That is the whole purpose of it. Some people be sadistic as fuck. Don't get me wrong. Some people be sadistic as fuck. But the whole purpose is for you to feel comfortable with your mask and understand that your mask works. Understand that if you ever get into that predicament, putting on your mask can be the difference in saving your life or getting yourself out of a situation. Yes, that's what it is. It teaches you calmness in a real life situation. Because what are you supposed to do? And make sure you close your shit. Gas, 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 or clear. Whatever the case may be, whatever your signal, your protocol is, usually is gas, 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 depending on what it is, 3 knocks on something, whatever you can do to make the notification, but that's what you're doing. So that's something that is just you have to pay attention to. And that's the whole purpose of it is like you become calm, you understand what you're doing, you're going through the process, you stay calm while you are dealing with that. Because that's what a lot of people don't understand. A lot of the times they don't understand the fact that it's just like, yo, you being calm and collected in this moment can save your life. Especially when it comes times like, let's say you are dealing with a nerve agent that you can't see. If you start seeing people dropping at a distance and you start freaking out and don't actually hold your breath, close your eyes, put your mask on, that could be you too. So the whole purpose is for you to practice and know what you're doing, close it, seal it, and put it on there. so that way you are prepared. That way you are calm. That is the whole purpose of those chambers. It is not to fucking have you have snot blown all over the place. It's funny. Don't get me wrong. I found that shit hilarious. It's always fucking funny. But that's not the purpose of it. The purpose of it was never to have you fucking scared. Because then the thing is if you're scared in that moment, there's a lot worse. And we're just doing it with tear gas. There's a lot worse shit out there. That's not even, bruh. the amount of shit that as a CBRN soldier you learn that most people in the military have never fathomed. The thought process and the things that you do while in CBRN, crazy. Crazy. Whole thing is to keep you confident. Make sure you are cool, calm, and collected. Cause otherwise, if you're not, that's how you end up dead, unfortunately. Or you end up with your buddies dead. If you ain't training them right, you ain't training. That's one thing. It was just like I always had that. I was just like, if I'm gonna train you, I'm gonna make sure you're doing it right. You're gonna keep doing it over. It's tedious stuff. It sounds stupid, but putting on mop gear is fucking annoying. But that could be a difference in you fucking having shit all over you and not having it all over you. Making sure to decontaminate yourself properly is a whole nother thing. Making sure to take off the JS list when you do is another thing. Those are stuff that is important that most people don't teach, and that's why it depends. Because like if you're in a CBRN unit, you do those things, but if you are a CBRN person and you get put in an infantry unit, you get put in a cav unit, you get put in a supply unit, or not a supply, like you get put at the warehouse, or you get put in a motor pool, you get put in whatever fucking unit. If they're not practicing that, that's something that they lose their knowledge in. And it's crazy. The reason, like, you know how hard of a time I had? Because I was an NCO in 3 years. I got my E5 in 3. I came in as a fucking PFC, got my specialist waiver in the 18 months. I was already the fucking battalion schools as a PFC. I was doing battalion schools. I was the backup, but then my NCO, the CBRN sergeant, he ended up getting fucking retired. Funny, he's a teacher at my kid's school now. But he was there for that. And it was just like I got the responsibility. I kept doing it, but you have to learn. I didn't learn no CBRN stuff. The guy that was supposed to teach me CBRN fucking retired. They just slid me into his position. I started doing all the jobs he did, and he was 2 ranks above me. So I knew the responsibility, and I was doing a job. I was always working 2 grades above me, so I got promoted fast. I was like at 18 months, got a waiver to specialist. After that waiver, I was just like waiver specialist. After the specialist on waiver, I went 6 months later. I got my E5. So I was an E5 at 3 years. In 3 years, I was an E5. Did that, deployed, had my E5, got that done. Then what happened? And then I went to Hawaii. I got to the chemical unit in Hawaii. They were not fucking what's up, Jay? I was just like, I got to the unit in Hawaii. They had too many E5s at chemical. So they sent me to division. I worked at division. And at division, I was doing division schools, division. I was running fucking ranges as an E5. Cause I had been doing that shit when I was at Riley. So like I said, all that experience that I learned doing everybody else's job and doing everything else served me because I got to fucking Hawaii. They put me at the battalion for division. So I'm at the division level as an E5 managing shit. And the amount of times that I had fucking first sergeants come up to me, they'd be like, hey, who's in charge of this range? That's me, first sergeant. Motherfuckers take their shades off, look like, Sergeant E5 type? Roger that, first sergeant. I was just like, all right, look, give me the rundown of the breakdown. And I did that and be like, oh shit, okay. And then when it came to going to the fucking when it came to fucking the board for E6, all these motherfuckers recognized me because I was the one running their ranges for their units. Because I would run a battalion range and you would have the battalion show up. And the thing is, you'd be able to shoot slick, show up, shoot, and everything. I would be the one giving the fucking briefing and all that stuff. And they'd be like, oh, Crows. Oh, okay. You'll go. I didn't have to fucking do shit. I was already running most part of the battalion. You know, just like, you'll go. And that was it. And then I got my E6. Then after that, it was just continue doing that. But I went to ALC not knowing most of my chemical shit. I barely knew any chemical shit because I hadn't really been practicing. I hadn't been doing anything that was CBRN right. I ran the chamber, but I didn't do anything that came to like sampling, decon, monitoring, like recon, like none of that. I didn't do none of that. So when I got to ALC, I was literally picking the brains of every other NCL that was out there because they had done chemical stuff. But when it came to fucking paperwork, writing a memo, writing an award, writing NCOERs, writing fucking counselings and all that shit was a breeze to me. That shit was easy fucking work for me because I had been doing that. Run PT, do a whole PT plan, do all that shit. I did all of that because I had already been doing it. These other people were always just concentrating on just chemical stuff. So I picked their brain chemical stuff and I helped them with the other stuff. And that was it. And it was just a back and forth. Shit, the chemical, we're the only ones that have a fucking closed book test. We're the only ones that don't have an open book test for our fucking graduation. Because you have to answer, I think it's like 100 questions. And we don't have open book like everybody else does. And you have to get an 80% instead of a 70. But that changes and it goes like that. But you learn a lot from it. But it depends on what you do and depends on what you learn and depends on the attitude you have. If you have a go get it attitude, and I was just like, I was older when I joined, so I knew a lot of the shit in the military. It was just like, it's simple. Be at the right place, right time, right uniform. Don't do nothing stupid. You be all right. That's it. That's literally it in the military. It's not that crazy. People make it crazy. People make it difficult. It's really not. The military really is not. No, just like you're gonna do some dumb shit. You're gonna be running into some dumbass shit. Don't get me wrong. That's gonna happen. But besides that, when it's your time and you don't do nothing stupid and you good, that's it. That shit is an easy fucking job. You're just gonna end up doing. Unfortunately, you're gonna do some dumb shit in the military. It's just gonna happen. It's gonna happen. At one point, you're gonna do some shit that you're gonna question life. That's a fact. You're gonna question life. You're gonna question all of life. I'm like, what the fuck did I think doing this shit? Yeah, everybody in the military has had that fucking thought. I don't give a fuck who the fuck you are. I don't care how great of a fucking time you had in the military, how long you served. You've always had that thought. You at one point or another, you always had that thought in your head, like, why the fuck did I do this shit? No matter what, you always have that. Why the fuck did I do this shit? And it was just like you'll always have that thought. You always, no matter how long you served, no matter where you served, at one point, whether it was basic training, fucking your first duty station, your first time in a deployment, your first time on QRF, your first time at a fucking field exercise, you were like, what the fuck was I thinking? I done fucked up. That's when you be like, I could have been selling drugs, right? I fucked up. I fucked up. Hey, y'all laughing because I know I'm right. Yeah, I know I'm right as hell for that. Yeah, I know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. I was like, man, I could have been selling drugs or some shit instead of doing this dumbass shit. What the fuck? For 20 years, flip. He even said it. 2 weeks of straight rain living in a GP meeting with 20 others with a fucking heater that probably wasn't even working the whole fucking time. And you were like, yo, what the fuck was I thinking? Why the fuck did I decide to join this shit? And I was like, man, there ain't no service member. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care what branch. Every single branch, I don't, even the fucking Air Force can tell you that. It was just like, bro, there was one point in time when you was like, man, I fucked up. It's the truth, though. You you start questioning all your life fucking decisions at that moment. And the funny thing is you'll see it a lot of the times. You'll see it online when you see like the army what the fuck posts, and you see people posting and say no heater, lost a pair of boots in the mud, 3 deployment, will never forget to see. you you won't forget that shit because the thing is you'll see it like army what the fuck's always posted. Like when you see those videos of them soldiers that it's just fucking pouring down rain and the motherfuckers just sitting there like in deep thought. That's that moment right there. That's that moment. It was just like, bro, I'm out here in the fucking rain, pouring rain. I'm fucking drenched. I still gotta stay out here for another like 2 hours. I could have been selling drugs. I'm sorry. The- those are the exact moments when you see those videos online. When you just see that fucking soldier just there staring at nothing, and it's either like a downpour or you see some dumb shit happening. That's that thought going through that soldier's head, like, bro, I fucked up. I could have been doing something else with my life right now. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, for me, that was basic fucking training. After they ain't let us sleep for that whole fucking time, bro, I was just like, bro, I fucked up. So what the fuck am I doing here, bro? I was like, I've never done this shit, stay up for no fucking reason. At least I was partying most of the other times when I fucking broke daylight, not fucking just sitting over here talk about read this dumbass fucking book. I was like, to I could have been doing fucking something else right now. But here I fucking am in the fucking military, fucking in the middle of the fucking. Another time was fucking at Riley over here when it was fucking like -20. We out in the fucking field. I almost spit out my water. Pedro says my wife was Navy. Just asked her. Hers was sweeping or mopping the deck in the rain. I'm telling you, bro. There's always that thought. You always like, yo, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Oh man, good times though. Good times. I can't even lie. That was good fucking times. But there's always that fucking moment where you're like, bro, I fucked up. I definitely fucked up. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I don't know why the fuck I did this. Why am I still? I'm not re-enlisting. That's the first. That's the second thought after. It was like, why the fuck am I doing this? And then the second thought is why I'm not re-enlisting. I'm not doing this shit again. And I was like, when they come to give me that re-enlisting, fuck y'all. I'm getting the fuck out. Next thing you know, you signed another contract for 4 years. Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Happens to the best of us. Happens to the best of us. Happens to the best of us. King. Fuck it. Me? It was Hawaii. I'm sorry. It was like, ain't no other fucking chance. Ain't no way I'm gonna be living in Hawaii after Kansas. If I get out the military, ain't no way I'm living in fucking Hawaii. Doing what? No, fuck, not hell. All right, I do for. I do for. Y'all got me. I'll do another 4 because I'm going to Hawaii. All right, that's it. Y'all got me. Y'all twisted my arm. I'll go. I'll go. Then the same thing happened in Hawaii. After I was in that chem unit, I wanted to fight all the motherfuckers. Couldn't stand 95% of that whole unit. The soldiers was cool. All the seniors and all the leadership, they were the fucking biggest piece of shits, fucking most toxic fucking people you could try to work for or with because of the fact that they knew you were gonna eventually take their spot. We got Germany. I was like, word? You got Germany? How long I gotta do Germany for? It's like, well, you go to Germany, you got 3 years. I was like, damn. I always wanted to go to Europe, bro. It's been a lifelong dream. There I go again, another fucking 3, and did 4. I was like, fuck. Then after that one, I was like, nah, you ain't doing this shit again. No, what is it? The old banana in the tailpipe fucking thing. Nah, you ain't doing that shit. You ain't catching me with that shit. I was like, y'all got me fucking Hawaii with the first one. Y'all got me Hawaii. I ain't gonna lie. Hawaii was nice. And y'all got me with Germany again. I ain't falling for this shit again. Then they tried to get me. I was like, oh, you're just gonna be an instructor. It'll be an easy 3 years. I was like, yes. But after those 3 years, y'all gonna screw me the fuck over. Damn. One push up, one something got stopped. No, I did my PT test. I did the bare minimum and passed. Bare minimum. Bare minimum. That's when they did the whole ACFT and shit. Mind you, I was on a profile for a tear in my labrum. I still did the deadlift. I still did the sprint dragon carry. I did everything just to be like, look, I passed this shit. I'm gonna be gone before the next time I'm due for one. I am not taking another one again. I will be clearing. I will be doing fucking SFL tap classes. This is the last time y'all get me. And they were like, okay. And I was just like, it's not okay or not. I'm not doing it again. Because by regulation, my shit will be good till I fucking ETS. So I made sure that my shit was within the year mark. I was done. I ran the 2 mile, I jogged that shit and walked. I think I jogged because we had to do 8 laps. I jogged the first 2, then I walked the rest. And my leg was fucking hurting, man. I was in fucking pain. And I just walked it just to get it done. I passed it, I think, with like 30 seconds left or some shit. I ain't give a fuck. I was like, what y'all gonna do? Flag me? I'm getting the fuck out. I was like, I don't give a fuck if y'all flag me. What the fuck? I'm injured doing this. I was just like, nah, I'm good. And that's it. After that, they knew I was just like, I would just show up for morning formation. That's it. Motherfuckers didn't call me, didn't text me. They were always like, the only person I kept calling from like the soldier I had, she was the one replacing me. And then they had another person that was replacing another one of the jobs I had. So they were getting extra people after I left when I was asking for help. But I was taking care of it. So they was like, nah, you good. Okay. They were asking me, hey, bro, I can't go in. I'm in class. I'm in my fucking room in the bed like this, chilling, watching TV, watching movies. I watch so many fucking movies. I was like, nope, y'all ain't bothering me for shit. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I did what I had to do. I'm getting the fuck up out the military. Y'all ain't slowing me down. Y'all ain't stopping me. Yeah, fuck all that. It was always on some dumb shit, man. But good times though. Good times. I got to live in Hawaii. I got to live in fucking Germany. I can't complain. I cannot complain. Lived in Hawaii for 3 years, lived in Germany for 4 years. Even though year and a half of that was during fucking COVID, which fucking sucked. That part did suck. But yeah, they use and abuse it. Man, they use and abuse me as much as fucking possible. So once they tried to screw me over, I was just like, all right, that's cool. Oh no, I wasn't in Ramstein. I was in Graf. Might have been nice to be at fucking Stuttgart or fucking Ramstein. Or even K-Town would have been fucking nice. I was in fucking Graf. I was all the way on the other fucking side. But it got me closer to Prague, so can't complain there because that was every fucking weekend, damn near. Every weekend it was me and my boys out to Prague. Damn near every weekend. Go get an Airbnb. Everybody chip in, party. Yeah, Ramstein, I know. But and Ramstein had the fucking big ass fucking PX and shit. We had this shitty ass PX and fucking Graph. And the thing is, most of the stuff in Graph we never got to get because of the fact that fucking everybody that came in rotation always bought all the shit there. Oh no, yeah, we I was on the main post. But the thing is just like every time now, because the rotation started becoming so frequent, because every time now when you do like all those Defender series that I was fucking managing, you had people from anybody going to Poland goes to Graf. They land in Ramstein, get shipped to fucking Graf, stay in Graf on those fucking Camp Akin fucking barracks. They stay there, and then while they're there, they buy up all the fucking shit. So literally, if you were on post, they would go walk their ass, or if they had a fucking TMP, they'd get it. They bought up everything, every single rotation. Anything came out, they were there buying it. They were there buying all the shit, buying all the food, buying all the snacks, buying everything. You was trying to go to the field and these motherfuckers were around, you would have to make sure to buy your shit, or you would have to actually go onto the fucking economy and buy the shit because of the fact that you would be able to get it there and they weren't able to go out there. That would be the only thing that would save you sometimes. But besides that, oh, let's see. But yeah, that was mostly that's how it usually was. That's how the rotations are. That's it. So it's an ongoing cycle. And now that they're always going to fucking Poland, and now that they've built up Poland after all the fucking rotations that we were there managing and shit, all that shit got there. So now they're more frequent. Now they have the routine down. Now they know the fucking lanes to go to. Now they know what to replace, and they're building the stuff up there. And the Polish is helping out with that. So the rotations are way easier now than they were at first when we were fucking developing them. When you have to get when you have to write NATO orders every time something was being transported, like literally you had to have orders allowing you to cross from Germany through Poland, through Romania, through Austria, through Latvia, through Estonia, and driving all through that, you had to write NATO orders. So every single vehicle, every single sensitive item had to be on those NATO orders when you were shipping anything. Man, you know how, man, fuck that place for that. That's why I said that last year, it was good though. That last year, I didn't do shit. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I ain't give a fuck. My last year in the military, I didn't give a fuck. I did not give one fuck. These motherfuckers put me on every single one of those Defender fucking series. I got to work with the Brits though. The Brits was cool as shit. I was working with the Brits when the fucking when COVID broke out. Man, that was some of the best fucking training. I didn't even do the training, but I was managing the fucking movement from bases in Germany to northern Germany, and then from northern Germany they stayed at my location, and then they got shipped out to the rest of wherever they were going to, and it was just like stops along Germany. Them fucking them Brits are fucking hilarious. But these motherfuckers had people that cooked for them. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, they had fresh food cooked. I ate good. I gained like fucking 20 something pounds that fucking thing. I was overweight. I ain't gonna lie. These motherfuckers fed my ass every single day. I was eating fucking good. And then fucking COVID broke out. So they had a whole fucking freezer full of shit. So the freezer, because they knew they weren't going to be able to take it back, these motherfuckers just put it in my fucking SUV. And they just literally gave me all the shit. I had like, I think it was like 15 pounds of bacon, bro. Some wild 15 pounds of bacon that they gave me. It was like big pieces of ham, fruits, and everything. These motherfuckers was like, look, bro, we ain't gonna need it. You probably, I was like, look, they gonna quarantine you regardless for 2 weeks. You might as well have some shit to cook in your fucking room. And they just gave me all that shit. Cool as fucking. I got a couple of they fucking Let me see. I got this shit. I got this from them. I got this. That was one of them. He was one of the medics. One of the medics had this one. This was one of the infantry units that they had. This was another one. I have one of their belts too. Their belt was cool because their shit did this. So it would lock like that. It would take out like that. And that was their belt. Cool shit. It was just like you got to exchange shit. That was great, man. That was a great experience working with them. Not many times I could say that it was fun working with random people, but that was cool because it was just like a whole different military. Went to the French and English had a baker, and German had yep. That motherfuckers is different when they fucking deploy and shit. That shit is different. Fucking when all these other fucking countries deploy, they be having these motherfuckers be having cooks. They have just motherfuckers that literally cook. It was just like we'll have like the defact and no, these motherfuckers cook. Like they are cooks. Like they are designated like that's their actual job. Like in real life, they are fucking cooks and they are getting deployed to cook for you. Like god damn, I was like shit. I was like, and here we are having fucking cooks that have to follow a fucking certain meal and shit. Kona. They had Italians had the fucking wine and was it the Italians had the little thing of wine in their fucking MREs. I have the pictures of that where I traded the shit. With the Brits I traded their shit. I traded their MRE for one of ours. I traded their uniform and shit like that. I did a bunch of shit with them people. I'm just they were cool as fuck. The fucking captain is funny because the captain, since it was an ongoing thing, so that was the first defender. Then they had the rotation after that. After COVID calmed down, they were like, "Oh, let's do the fucking exercise again." I went back out there, had the same fucking job. That captain wasn't there, but somebody that was there said something and they mentioned something about him. And I was just like, was that Captain Page? And it was just like, you know Captain Page? It's like, yeah, I know fucking Captain Page. He was like, is he still running around with that army fucking PT uniform? And it was just like, yeah. I was just like, matter of fact, let me call him. He called him. I started talking. I was like, hey, bro, you still golfing? He was like, cruise? It was like, bro, do they ever let you go anywhere else? Bro, that was one of the coolest fucking, one of the coolest captains I ever dealt with. The sergeant major that they had was cool too. And the thing is, bro, the way the Brits, like I learned a lot how their military operates. We weren't allowed onto other camp. No, so flip that assignment, that Defender series. I was the only American on the. Well, no, there was five of us. But I was the one in charge as a staff sergeant. There was no lieutenants, no. I was the senior as a staff sergeant, and we were on a Brit. That was a British little base, so it was like a little British base in the middle. Like you wouldn't even know it's fucking there, but it's an entrance, and they had like stored fucking British fucking vehicles. So in case, I guess if shit went crazy, they had a little thing of vehicles there. And it was just like, so I was there and the rest, everybody else was British. So I was just like, I was just hanging out with the Brits the whole fucking time. I was just like, so it wasn't even, it was just like, it was their base. I was the guest on their base, basically, in Germany, which I didn't even know they had some shit like that, but that's what they had. And they had their own little fucking, like, it was like a storage fucking camp, basically, of their vehicles on there. Mönchengladbach. That's what it's called. Mönchengladbach in Germany. It has a fucking. There was a fucking soccer stadium, maybe like half a mile down. The Dortmund Stadium was when they were playing. Where Dortmund would play in Germany, they were there. We were about to go watch it, but I forget some shit. It was just like somebody got in trouble or some shit. I was just like, motherfuckers was supposed to. They were gonna let us drink beer over there. Me, they didn't give. They couldn't tell me shit. Like literally, I could have gone and drank and done whatever. They were just like, bro, we're not in charge of you. Like you're American. We don't give a fuck. It's like these motherfuckers be like, hey, bro, can you get some smokes, bro? Can you get some smokes? It was just like I go back to base. Like I make a trip back to the base, which it was like a 6 hour drive, and I would just buy a bunch of fucking like cartons, and I would just be like, hey man, there y'all go. And they'd be like, oh shit, good shit, mate. Good shit, mate. That shit was funny as fuck, man. Working with those people was fucking cool as shit. Working with the Brits was one of the best. That was one of the best assignments I had. But it was just like they had me working like crazy. I did those assignments. And then after that, motherfuckers tried to give me a shitty ass evaluation. And I was just like, 2 beers a week, but Air Force two per night. Yeah. Depending on who you were with. Yep. And that's what it was. It was just like for me, they didn't care. It was just like I can go and eat at the economy. But I'm just like, bro, I'm eating good here. And I was getting per diem too. So I could have gone and ate at the economy if I wanted to, but these motherfuckers was cooking good as shit. I was just like, I ain't spending none of this money. This shit is gonna go all into my voucher. I was like, fuck that. Because the thing is also, I was able to use my personal vehicle. I didn't have a TMP. So it was cheaper for my unit to pay for me to just mileage of me having my vehicle driven than actually renting out a car every single day for the duration of like what? It was like a 3 months or something. They were just like, yeah, bro, that's gonna cost way too much. It was like, you take your vehicle. So just like I'd be able to go on and off post. I got my fucking thing. They knew who I was. I was just like, that's it. And I was able to go back and forth. They didn't care. They were just like, hey, bro, we don't care. What the fuck? Somebody had to know. Hold on, give me a second. Hold on. But yeah, that was a good part about that. But then that's when I after that, all that I came back, they tried to fuck me over on my evaluation and I was gonna call them out on it and take it to the BC. So they didn't want to put platoon sergeant on my shit, which I was about to flip. And then they ended up putting it on there, but then afterwards they removed me from the platoon sergeant spot and they didn't have a job for me. So for like 3 months, I didn't have a job. So what I was doing was it was just like it was during the COVID thing. Anybody that flew in or out, I went and got them from the airport and I quarantined for 2 weeks. Did that for 3 months. I ain't do shit. Literally, I go pick up people from the airport, quarantine for 2 weeks. Oh, there was another mission, people coming in, got you. Drive, go get it, come back, quarantine for another 2 weeks. Did the same shit again. And then that was what was it? That was like September of that was around no, that was after that. That was like September of 20, I think. And then I got moved to headquarters. And at headquarters, I lasted there the whole year. I did that's when I was doing all the other missions and shit. Then I'm saying about how many deployed to the for 3 months and stay. Yep. And that's it. They kept on doing the missions, but then I was the operations manager for the whole fucking battalion. So I was the one managing all these fucking missions, the whole Afghan evacuation shit. That was me managing that shit as the battle fucking NCO, as a staff sergeant. All these fucking sergeant first classes and all that shit. You have a staff sergeant doing this shit. I was like, okay. They worked me to the fucking ground, bruh. I'm sure they worked me to the ground those fucking days. It was just like all those missions, the Afghan evacuation. It was just like had to make sure to rotate because they had to make sure that all the females in the fucking battalion had to be sent because they were meant to just do a mission where it's just them working with the Afghani women. because they couldn't interact with the males. So it was just getting all of them, having them rotate, make a fucking listing, then do the same thing with sending them water, food, bro. I was worked to the fucking bone during that fucking mission. And then after that, what was it? Then after that, I had my kid was born in 21. My kid was born and I came back. I took a whole bunch of leave. I had a whole bunch of stored up. I didn't go nowhere. COVID didn't let me go. So I saved all that shit. And then the thing is you had a 4-day weekend every single fucking month. So it was just like I wasn't wasting leave days to go travel. On the weekend, I would just go somewhere. We'd go to Prague, go to Italy or some shit on the weekend. It was just like everything was drivable. Everything was within a 4-hour recall. So we did it that way. Then I know it was like September of 21. September of 21, it was just like when I bought my house, when I bought this house. And then it was just like, that's when I told my wife, it was just like, look, if we buy this house, I'm getting the fuck up out the military. If we buy this house, I'm getting the fuck out. We went, we came, we bought the house. Then after that, I told them, I told my unit, I was just like, look, y'all, I'm gonna go. I'm going to Kansas. If I come back and I bought this house, I'm done with the fucking military. That means I only got a year left. You ain't gonna deal with me. You ain't gonna be seeing me. I'm gonna be doing clearing. I'm gonna be doing my classes. I'll be doing my appointments and all that shit. That final year ain't nobody fuck with me. Ain't nobody bother me. I was just like, this dude has done enough. They left me the fuck alone. So for the last year of my military career, I didn't do shit. I was like, y'all didn't want to give me an evaluation. Motherfuckers didn't even give me. You know what it is that I ETS'd after doing all that shit and didn't get an award? I did all that shit in Germany. I ETS'd without an award. I should have gotten a fucking MSM for that shit. All the shit I did. I worked with fucking NATO. Just like I worked directly with NATO, managing NATO troops. I was just like, and these motherfuckers didn't give me an award when I ETS'd. And I was just like, yeah. They weren't even talking about it or anything. I was like, don't worry, I ain't telling you, bro. Nothing. I didn't leave with anything. The only thing they gave me that plaque I have, which is the biggest plaque I have, and that was the soldiers mostly. I didn't get no ETS award. And I was just like, I didn't ask. They didn't give me no last NCO. They didn't do shit for me towards the end. So I was just like, oh, okay, y'all not even talking about giving me an award? I was just like, I know what MSM is due at a certain time day. It has to be at least 180 days out. Y'all ain't even trying to do that shit. I ETS in fucking November. But I'm gonna be gone by August because of all the leave. I was just like, what up, Fairy? I was just like, nah. I was just like, I did all that shit in Germany. I worked with NATO forces. Because remember, it's like brigade level, division level. I was above division level. I was fucking NATO level. I was above working with division. I was telling division what we needed with the NATO forces when it came to fuel and ordering fuel through division to get to NATO. And you mean to tell me doing all that shit, I didn't deserve a fucking award? I didn't even get an award for the exercise, let alone, I was just like, bruh, nah. When I saw that they didn't even give me an award for the exercise, I was like, yeah, bruh, I've done, I've done enough. I've worked too fucking hard to not get any kind of recognition. And me, I don't like recognition. I'm not the person that wants awards or anything like that. But I was like, after me working that fucking hard, nah, bro, y'all didn't give me shit. Nah, I was done. I was done. After that, it was just like, yep, I bought my house. I'm getting out the army. I got a year fucking left. Y'all not telling me shit. Y'all not bothering me. I'm clearing. I'm taking care of myself to make sure that I am out the fucking military and I am good to go once I am out. And that's it. And nobody fucked with me. Nobody said, people tried to screw me over and shit like that. I was just like, what you gonna do? Counsel me? I'm getting the fuck out the army. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do? This shit does mean nothing there. I was just like, I just had finished my bachelor's degree too. I was just like, that shit means nothing to me. What the fuck you gonna threaten me with a counseling? Okay. What you gonna do? Give me an Article 15 for what? For doing what I'm supposed to be doing because I'm ETSing? Nah, bro. Go. There was like, and the thing is I always knew my shit, so they, bro, nah. But the fact that motherfuckers didn't give no award, no nothing, I was just like, it's all right though. It's cool. It's cool. I'm good though. I'm enjoying life. I'm enjoying life. I got to enjoy Germany. I got to enjoy Hawaii. I met my wife in Kansas. I live in Kansas, and my house is in Kansas. I was just like, I'm doing good. I am not concerned, y'all. I'm not concerned. That's why y'all ain't out here having me. Y'all don't see me asking like, hey man, y'all wanna donate to my Cash App? You wanna donate to my Venmo? You wanna know what my Cash App is? Donations. I take Nah, I don't. Nah, bro. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. If you want to though, don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna say no. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not out here fucking begging these people like, bro. Let's hold on. Remember, y'all, my Cash App is in my bio, and like, bro, come on, bro. The fuck? People, some people, man, that shit's funny on this shit. It's funny. It's funny on this app. I find it funny. But it's whatever, man. It was good reminiscing today. It was good reminiscing. That was good. That was good. Good time. Good time. TikTok still don't like me. Fuck them. Fuck. TikTok don't want to push me out no more. I pushed out like 6 videos today. I don't think one of them. Let me see what the highest video I have is. I pushed out like 6 videos today. I pushed out a lot of videos today. The highest view count I have for any one of the 6 videos I pushed out today is 308. Pushed out 6 videos. Appreciate that, Pedro. Just like, bro, 308 views. I pushed out 6 videos today. 306 views. I got 17,000 followers. That's wild. That's wild, TikTok. That's wild. But like I said, I'm on TikTok. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitch. I'm on Kick. Um, shit, I might jump on Twitch. And I might play some Apex because the new season came out. And only 12 people here. Pedro, you've been here before when we've had like 50, 60, 70, 80 plus here consistently. And then all of a sudden it's just like I only get 12 people. And then the people, it's y'all, which I appreciate, but then it's a lot of y'all that don't even get the notifications that I'm live. So this would at least be more because there's way more people that tune into my lives. And I started doing them a bit earlier for that just to see like, okay, because I know if I'm starting like if I start my live now, it's just like people getting ready for work, people still got work and it's bedtime. I was just like, I understand a lot of people don't figure it out. See, look, you don't even get the notifications. Yeah. That was just like I would get a ton of people in here. And then it just became just like I don't get anybody in here anymore. And I know it's just like, and that's why I've been trying different times to see if it's like the algorithm or maybe like the timing I'm using. But it's just like, nah, it's not the timing because I've streamed in the morning. I've gotten the same result. I streamed in the afternoon. I started streaming at the times that I usually would stream, and I'm getting the same results. So it's just like the same people still follow me. I haven't lost like thousands of followers. So it's just like they're not getting their notifications. And it was just like, no, nobody gets my notifications. Shit, a lot of people get the notifications through um YouTube. A lot of people get their notifications through YouTube that I'm live, and that's how they know that I'm live. That's why I make sure to go live on there. See, look, everybody says it through YouTube. Appreciate it, Gigi. I was like through YouTube. Everybody gets the notification through YouTube that I'm live, but TikTok itself doesn't even notify them. Yet everybody found me first through TikTok. And people just don't. I was just like, nah. So that's just like, that's why I'm branching out and I'm just multi-streaming everywhere. But it's it is what it is. That's what I'm doing. That's why I'm streaming to literally every platform. The only shit I'm not on right now is Facebook. That's the only thing. I'm even on Kick, and I don't even fuck with Kick like that. 100 minutes, appreciate you. I was just like, that's the crazy thing. I was just like, I'm on Kick, and I don't fuck with Kick like that. Cause Kick be on some wild ass shit, and I'm still streaming there. All I've been getting on Kick is these fucking messages. You're just like, I noticed your channel has strong potential, but needs more audience. For like $50 an hour, we can get you like 3,000 real followers and 1,000 live viewers. I was just like, so you gonna bot me the to hell to try to get me fucking thing? I was just like, nah, I'll do it the slow way. I ain't got no problem growing this shit. I'm not gonna pay for no fucking shit. Now people still stream. It's crazy. A lot of people still stream to Facebook. People still stream to Facebook. Well, yeah, Jeanette, that's the thing. TikTok, appreciate it, Gigi. TikTok don't like it because I don't bring in the money because I don't ask for it. I don't ask for people to do it. Like y'all see, most of my fucking the fucking goal is like 1 heart. Motherfuckers know what the fuck. We ain't making no money off of this dude. We ain't sending nobody. And that's why it is. And it was like I'm not asking people for money. If people were donating to me all the time, you see my views start kicking up again. The thing is that these people are under new management. They gotta pay for these servers now. Before, China was paying for it. China had the servers. When they switched them over to Oracle, now the US has to pay for the servers. So that's why they don't want to pay people. They want less people on the app because then that means they got to pay out less. That's what people don't understand. People haven't realized that with TikTok. It's not that the algorithm changed, it's the fact that they don't want to pay your ass. Because now they got to pay for the servers. Remember, all this shit was Chinese before. And then they had to buy it. So they had to pay money to buy it. They didn't even get the Chinese algorithm. So they got stuck with whatever bullshit algorithm they got. But now they got to pay for the servers to populate everybody on TikTok, where that used to be managed by somebody else. And that costs money. That's why you see a lot of these content creators, they ain't pushing out the shit. That is why all these big name content creators don't get the same views. Because they were getting paid. Know how much money those people were getting paid? Because they would get a lot of views. They would get a lot of people watching. There was tons of people just watching, always there and shit like that. It was like, damn. And it was just like, damn, we gotta pay this motherfucker how much? No, we can't do that shit. Can't do that shit. They were just like, for how many views? Nah. Shut his views down. This dude making hundreds of dollars on one video? Not no more. He making $10. And you see it though, because that's why you see all these content creators is fucking crying. Because a lot of them were making hundreds of dollars. They were probably making thousands of dollars a month off of the videos they were making. Because the thing is you gotta realize, if let's say you making $10 off of 1,000 views, right? $10. You doing that 30 videos every day. Seeing people like Dean get 1K in a matter of minutes. Yeah, people do it like that, but then that's the thing. A lot of that Pedro, I think is bullshit. Oh, Pedro, shout out to Pedro. Just gave me a donation of hold on, how much? $50. Yo, shout out to Pedro. Pedro here just donated $50 to the fucking PayPal. Thank you, Pedro. I appreciate you, man. Shout out to Pedro. You see what I just did? You see what I just did? Now, do you see what I just did? Who verifying that shit? Who verifying that shit? Not y'all laughing, but y'all see what I'm doing, right? Y'all see what I'm doing. I'm just saying. Y'all just seen how I just made $50 off of Pedro Navaja coming into my live and donating to my PayPal, a $50 donation. Shout out to Pedro, man. Hey, W's in the chats, everyone. W's in the chat. You see, bro, I could do that shit too. See how easy it is? See how I just bullshitted a whole fucking community? Bro, this dude be going live every day, talk about he getting $50 donations here, $50 donation. W Pedro. Yep, you've seen it. You've seen it. I'm just doing the same shit they do. It's the same shit they fucking do. Bro, Dean should be a multi-millionaire. This dude should have millions and millions and millions of dollars after all the donations. This dude has been doing this shit for a year consistently. You mean to tell me 365 days and you mean making $1,000 almost damn near every fucking stream? And you still doing this like crazy? Nah, bro. Nah, I don't believe it. I ain't gonna believe it. Now, if you do it on YouTube, it's different because YouTube will show you the chat. YouTube will show you the donations. But when you telling me you're making all this with PayPal, Venmo, and all that, you mean to tell me I'm gonna give you another $50 after I already got $50 on TikTok? And I'm gonna give you a separate donation of $50 when my $50 is already on TikTok? Nah, bro, you got me fucked up. You got me fucked up. You got me fucked up. That shit ain't happening. Shit ain't happening. See, look, another person on Kick. Everybody's acting for 700 active audience and earn nothing less than 1,000 while on. Nah, bro. Kick. The thing is on Kick. Since I'm new on Kick, people think that I don't know how streaming works. I'm affiliated on every single other fucking platform. I just started Kick late. Should have done it from the get. I would have been good too. That's the only thing that fucked me up. Instead of me doing all these platforms from the beginning, I hesitated to do that, and I hesitated to do the multi-streaming. If I would have done the multi-streaming from the get, I would have thousands on every platform. I just didn't think they were going to survive. I didn't think Kick was going to survive. Shit, I didn't think TikTok was going to survive. I thought TikTok was going to be like Vine. Be cool for a couple of years, get hype, and then it was going to die out. Shit, it's happening now. It's hard, yeah. YouTube, but that's the thing. With YouTube, I have this page. The only reason I have this page, Kick was TikTok not racing. Kick. That's the thing, though. Kick. I just did it because it's another platform to spread out, Joshua. That's the only reason. But YouTube is hard to gain traction. But the thing is it pays better when you do get traction. That's the difference that most people don't understand. It pays a lot better when you get traction that way through YouTube. Because the thing is on YouTube, I'll make ad revenue once I monetize on this thing. But I'm monetized on my veteran page, and I make ad revenue on that one. TikTok, you can have, see, the crazy thing is that's why these people make all these messages. They'll be like, oh, here's my Venmo, here's all that shit. Why? Because the thing is they don't make no money off of how many people they have viewing their shit. You can have 16,000, like what Dean be averaging, like what 16,000, 15,000 plus people. He makes $0 off of all those people watching. $0. You can have 1 million people watching you on TikTok and you make a zero. The only way you making money on TikTok is if people are fucking gifting to you. That's the only way, or subscriptions. Besides that, you could have 1,000 viewers, zero. You got 1,000 people watching you on YouTube, you probably making a couple $100, I would say. If you got thousands of people watching you on, you making good money. You've probably making more than what you made in one video on fucking TikTok. just because of the viewership on YouTube, because of the ad revenue that they give. Because the more people you have, the more money you make. TikTok, like I said, I've had the most I've ever had in the fucking live was 2,500. I had 2,500 people in a live, and that was the one when I was talking about old tampon ear wearing boy, the tampon wearing Puerto Rican president, that dude. See, but going live there. I had 2,500 people in the live. I couldn't even read half of the shit people were saying. That shit was just like a blur. I just kept on talking. It was just a fucking blur. 2,500 people, it was just a blur. Fucking like, it was just like, I would only pay attention to anybody that I knew that was highlighted. Those are the messages I tried to pay attention to. But even then, that shit was just like flurry. Because people would just be talking shit, and then I got banned. For misinformation, because I was talking about how bullshit it was that his fucking blood went this way when he got shot that way. You know what? I was just making all the sense, all the points that made sure that that shit wasn't there. Only you can. My bad. My bad. You can talk about the Puerto Rican president then. My bad. But that's why I was just like, I had 2,500 people. I didn't make no money off of that. I had all those viewers. I didn't make no money off of those 2,500 people in here. If I would have had 2,500 people on YouTube, I would have made a nice rack. I wouldn't have made a rack. I would have made at least a couple hundred, probably. A couple $100 off of that live. Because it went on for like, what, 4 hours? And I had 2,500 people in here. And that would have been just ad revenue pushing, because you're going to get ads on thing. And if you have YouTube Premium, you get paid off of YouTube Premium. The same thing with Twitch. On Twitch, you can watch me. If you have, I think it's called Twitch Turbo, I get paid for that also. So I get ad revenue for more viewers on Twitch. And also, if you're like a premium user on Twitch, I get paid for that. Here, you could be a premium user, you don't get shit. You could be a premium user on TikTok and you will not get paid for it. You don't get paid any extra. The only way you get paid is people gift. And if people ain't gifting, they ain't doing anything. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I was just like, with TikTok, that's why they're trying to minimize the amount of people that they push out to. Because the thing is they don't want to pay everybody. Imagine paying all 11 of the people in here because y'all all make videos. Imagine y'all get 1,000 views each, and that's $10 each. And then y'all got some of y'all videos that go for 30,000 views. That shit adds up quick. That shit adds up quick, especially when you just had to pay billions to take over the app. What's up, Southwest? They're doing that on purpose, Emma, because the thing is they want less content creators. They want less because they're not going to pay them as much. They have to, like I said, they're on the servers now. They got to manage the servers. They got to pay for the servers. The US is paying for the servers. Before, it was ByteDance. It don't belong to ByteDance no more. It belongs to Oracle. So now this is on Oracle servers. So now the US is fronting the bill to manage to keep all the fucking videos you post. It's on Oracle, not on ByteDance. That costs money. That costs money. And that's what it is. That shit costs money. So if I'm on, I got 3 viewers on Twitch. I got 1 viewer on YouTube. I got 13 viewers here. I'm at least on YouTube, I'm not making anything on that account because I'm not affiliated. On Twitch, I will make maybe like 5 cents with those 3 viewers. I might make like 5 cents. But I'm making something. It's not much, but the more viewers I have on Twitch, that'll pay me. If I use my other account, which is what I'm going to start doing most likely, so I don't have to build this one, because on YouTube, you have to have 5 more cents a day. Hey, if I'm streaming already and I'm not asking people for money, I'm at least making something. Look, just cruise on Twitch. The same thing at just cruise on. Same thing. Let's figure out Discord before they implement it. I've seen that. I've seen that. It was like, but that's the thing. It was just like, see, now I see there's two on YouTube, two on the. It's just like that's all it is. That's why I tell people it was just like if y'all want to support, y'all can also watch me on these other channels. Twitch, I usually just do that one if I'm gaming. The YouTube one I started because TikTok keep fucking around and banning and restricting me. So I was just like, hey, let me at least have something that can record all the videos I make and have it there also. And that's why I do it in that manner. The veteran channel, that one has I'm nearing 7,000 subscribers on YouTube. But I make money off of the videos on that one. Like I said, it's not much. But shit, if you making, let's say, $1 a day, that's $30 a month. It's not much. But once those numbers keep increasing, it becomes something. Know what I'm saying? I'm just like, it might be $1. It was like, hey, look, if this year is $1 a day, that's fine. But if I grow enough of a following, the next year is $2 a day. And the next year it might go up to $4 or $5 a day. That should start adding up over time. If you notice people on YouTube that are successful, it's not a 1 year thing. It's not a 2 year thing. Got some stuff. It's consistent. Yes, Emma, you have to be consistent on these apps. Because the thing is like, look, y'all know me and y'all come back to TikTok and y'all see me, which I appreciate the fuck out of y'all for that. Let's get that straight. Y'all see me all the time, but then it's just like y'all get used to seeing me, so y'all come back and watch. The thing is if I had these same 13 people in other platforms, I would be making more money off of it. So 13 viewers, it was just like, but the difference, this is where the difference lies. On Twitch, you're gonna get ads. On YouTube, you're gonna get ads. So you might miss out on part of the conversation or something like that, and that happens. But at the same time, you still supporting me and doing it that way. If you subscribe, you don't get ads. But I'm not gonna ask y'all to subscribe. That's if y'all wanted to. That's something you would want to do. It's not something I'm telling y'all to do. But that's how I would make. Yeah, it's the same thing. Twitch is basically another YouTube, another TikTok. The only difference with Twitch is Twitch is mostly a gaming platform. But you still have people that do just chatting. Most of those, see, look, Fairy, appreciate you subbing on YouTube. It was just like, and that's how it is. So it's just like all of these, YouTube is basically long form content. Fucking, they're trying to do the short form, but it doesn't really do well for them. They haven't been able to manage that. There's just long form content. When you need to watch how to do some shit, where you go? YouTube. See, look, stream Destiny, Rocket League. If you play video games and stuff like that and you stream it, you most likely on Twitch. But now some people have to do that on, have you play on YouTube. I've done that. I've done that on YouTube also. But the thing is I've had channels, I just didn't continue it. There I was inconsistent with the multi-streaming. Because basically what I have it is most of the channels I've had basically have been the just cruise on. That's what I've always been, just cruise on. Doing this, I've done TikTok is just cruise on. Twitch was always just cruise on. YouTube was just cruise, which is still just cruise on also. But then I used that when I monetized it, I made it into my veteran channel so that I can keep doing the veteran stuff. I might just end up switching that to a thing, but I still want to do the veteran stuff. So that's why I haven't done that. And that's why I started this one on YouTube. On YouTube, the difference is that you have to be monetized to start making money. I'm not monetized on this account from YouTube. I'm monetized on my veteran one. So when I make videos, people watching and stuff like that, I make money off of that, off of ads. On Twitch, literally, let me see. I'll tell y'all right now. The last time I streamed was, when was the last time I streamed? Yesterday, right? Yesterday was the stream. Oh no, I didn't stream yesterday. On the 5th. On the 5th was the last time I streamed on Twitch. I made 22 cents. And I think I had like 2 viewers. No, I had 1 viewer. And I made 22 cents. How much did I make on TikTok? I think it was like 7 cents. Brought to you, vote for Just Cruise. But that's what it was. I made 22 cents, but that was because I had those people watching. Appreciate you following me on Twitch, Fairy. I was just like, I was just like you would make money off of it. Cause the thing is on all enough, yeah, enough for chicklets basically. But the thing is that's the thing with these platforms is you growing and it's the consistency. Because if you keep on being consistent and people keep on watching, that grows. Because the thing is those 2 viewers becomes 3 viewers. Then it becomes 4 viewers. It's just like shit. Look how I went on TikTok. On TikTok, I went from not having anybody to just damn near talking to myself to now I at least got 12 of y'all in here. And then sometimes I got 25, 40, 60. It was like it grows over time. The more consistent I've been showing myself, it's just like, all right, the more it is. And that's the problem I had is I hadn't been consistent. I was in school. I was still fucking Jeanette been here since day one, damn near. It was just like, and it was just like I wasn't consistent. I was in school. I was doing schoolwork. I still got a family. I still got kids. It was just like that takes a whole thing to it. Is is different. It becomes different like when you're younger. I'm 40 years old. People be like, yo, bro, take your unk ass up out of here, stop streaming. I was like, there's no age limit to this. There's no age restriction. It's just you wanting to do it and continuing to do it. Because the thing is if people want to watch what you got to say, y'all gonna watch. Y'all can easily just swipe. Unless you MAGA, you might be dumb and don't know how to use the fucking app. But y'all can easily just swipe, but y'all decide to stay. Y'all could be doing some other shit and just have me in the fucking background type shit. It was just like, but and that's the thing, but that grows. The only thing is y'all don't gift, which I tell y'all not to gift, and that's why TikTok don't like me. It was like, bro, this man can get people, but he don't want no money from them. He said, "How you Ricky? Hey, I'm just saying." I'm 40 years old. People don't think that. It was just like people just be like, "Oh, you like in your early 30s?" I'm like, "Nah, bro, I'm 40." I'm like, "What?" And it was just like, "Yeah, I'm 40 years old. I'm still streaming because I started doing this. What? I started doing this 6 years ago when COVID started, and I would average on Twitch. I was averaging about 10 to 12 viewers per live on Twitch, but that was during COVID. Everybody was stuck at home. Nobody was going out. There wasn't shit to do outside. So what did you do if people were streaming, people were gaming? You were either gaming with them or hanging out with them and watching they stream. So I grew a good back in there, not crazy amount, but I always grew, I was playing with people from all over the world. I played people with Australia. There's people from Australia that would come in, crash my fucking thing, had people just donating like crazy. I was just like, I didn't know what the fuck to do. That was like one of the first times I got rated. It was just I think it was like 95 people came into my live, and I was over fucking whelmed. And it was just like because everybody started gifting me like little they call them bits on Twitch. Started giving, and I was overwhelmed. It was just like I hadn't. I'm used to streaming to like 3 people, and then you got 95 people bum rushing you, asking you questions. You here trying to play a game, and there's 95 people like trying to gift you shit, and I'm what the you know, I was I was literally overwhelmed. Shit, you know what? And one of the fucking one of my lives, I actually found out that my wife was pregnant. I was streaming and she called me. I have that video recorded that I was streaming and she was like, I'm pregnant. Excuse the whole chat, everybody heard it. People started donating. I was like, excuse me? I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, and that was one of the moments that I was just like, and that happened on Twitch. But it's just like that's how it goes. They was just like you just keep on streaming, and if you consistent with it, it grows on you. Because the thing is people start knowing when you, because that's the biggest thing that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to figure out a schedule. That's the biggest problem I have. I don't have a set schedule. That's why I've been trying to find different times to stream, different times to do it, so that I know, so that it was just like, hey y'all, I'm streaming every fucking Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at fucking 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time. Then everybody knows 7 o'clock Central Time, that's when Cruz streams. Can I make it all the time? No, but at least I know consistently this is when this motherfucker gonna be on. If he games on Twitch, you have to make a schedule. You have to let it be known. Because the thing is during COVID is different. We ain't have no lives during COVID. We were fucking stuck inside. We ain't have no lives. We were stuck inside. We couldn't go nowhere. We were just stuck in the fucking house. But now people go outside. People go out to the club. People go out to get drinks. People go out to eat dinner. People, well, that wasn't happening in 2020. You were doing everything indoors. But now when shit changed, it was just like people need to know, because the thing is they can't always show up. People got families. So it's just like that's something that you have to get used to. And then the thing is once you start doing that, it was just like, see, look, working in COVID. Well, I appreciate everything you did, Ferry. That's what I was saying. I was just like, but those are the things that people don't realize that. And then a lot of people got a lot of attention during those COVID times because people was at home. A lot of people stopped streaming because life started up again. See, and that's the thing. That's what I'm saying, Southwest. It's just like that's what I'm trying to figure out, because I'm trying to see if the algorithm for TikTok is gonna change when I stream. Is it better for me to stream in the mornings? Is it better for me to stream mid-afternoon? Or is it better for me to stream at night? TikTok said, fuck you, so fuck you too, TikTok. So it doesn't really matter when the fuck I decide to stream, it seems like, for TikTok. So TikTok is basically not the basis I am going off of. But the thing is I'm on there and I'm fucking live. It's a trippy. Because most people, I have a bunch of people that only show up in the mornings. And it's like, yeah, they might be watching me at work. Appreciate that, Lizette. I appreciate the hell out of y'all. I can't say that enough. I appreciate everybody that watches me on whatever platform. YouTube, here on TikTok. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the hell out of y'all. But that's the thing. It's just like I have to find a schedule that works for me. And when I do that, that's when I'll let it be known. And then from there, that is going to be the schedule that I will make sure to maintain. Whether it's, hey, maybe, nah, fuck Kansas, bro. I mean, fuck up out of here. Fuck this place. This place is trash. These motherfuckers dumb as fuck. Get your fuck out of here. This state is dumb as fuck, bro. Fuck that. I ain't running for Kansas. I'm moving the fuck out of here before I go for anything. Fuck out of here. This place, nah. Ain't no saving this place. This place too ass backwards. You gotta wait another 15 years for half of these motherfuckers to die out before you can make some changes here. And by then it's too late because all these motherfuckers done made all the fucking dumbass laws. I was like, oh, Kansas. Fuck no. I ain't going. If it's a full red state, I ain't going. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I just got a fucking live visibility restricted for 10 minutes. Your live is not eligible for recommendation and restricted in search results for the next 10 minutes because your live does not comply with the For You feed eligibility standards under our community guidelines. Reason, harassment and bullying. Because I said I don't want to run for Congress in dumbass Kansas. Like, the fuck? You see what I'm saying? That's why I use this, and that's why I tell y'all, if y'all can, watch me on another platform. Because the thing is if y'all make any messages on Twitch or on YouTube, I'll answer y'all before anything there. Fairy, I'm always bullying the fucking imaginary friends I got in here. Because I don't know who the fuck I was bullying. That's the consistent thing with TikTok now. That's why I tell you. That's why I tell you. If y'all want, I'm gonna keep doing these lives. If you see me live here, it'll be rare because I have done that sometimes. And then just like I'll be like, look, I'm just on TikTok. But damn near every single time I am live going forward, this is going forward, I will be on YouTube, either the channel I'm on right now or the veteran channel, and on Twitch automatically. Automatically. Every single time I am live on TikTok, I will be on YouTube, either one of those channels, and on my Twitch channel, automatic, without fail. I'm not doing that anymore. That whole I'm just doing TikTok alone because it's like, look, I just got a fucking 10-minute restriction for saying what exactly? Because who was I talking about? YouTube is the same thing. At Just Cruise On, same thing. I've kept the name on everything the same, but it's wherever it is, whichever one it is, that's what I'm doing. Cause it's just like, look, I can't even talk freely here without issues. If y'all go to Twitch or YouTube, you don't have MAGA's dumbass showing up. You don't have MAGA bots coming in to say something stupid. I was like, you could be having a whole different conversation and you have some MAGA bot be like, go for Donald Trump. Like, bro, ain't nobody fucking talking about this dude. Like, what the fuck? Like, where'd you come from, bro? Like, you mean to tell me the algorithm found me? See, Carrie, Kyrie, handshake. See, seen that on YouTube. And that's the thing, because I'm trying to get the YouTube one monetized. Because that one's gonna take a while. Because I need 1,000 subscribers on that one, and I think it's like 4,000 watch hours, which is wild. But it was just like it's a process, and I'm gonna just keep on doing it. With this one, the same thing on Twitch is just if you watching, I'm making those 3 cents an hour. Hey, it's something. Like I said, it's just the whole thing is to keep on going and keep on talking. Because the thing is they're trying to restrict what I got to say on this app. The other two apps don't do that shit. Kick don't do that. That's the only reason I'm streaming on Kick. I don't fuck with Kick like that. But I know I'm not going to be restricted from talking because they don't like the fact that I'm saying something that's truthful and they don't agree with it with the platform. No, so they might not agree with it with the platform, but I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not causing no threats to anybody. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm not even specifically talking about anybody in the first place to harm them or do anything like that. So I don't know how I'm bullying or harassing anybody. But the fact is like these people will continue to try to restrict me here. So if I'm making videos, yeah, they don't ban me, but that's the thing. Like I said, I don't ask for donations here. I don't want the donations. I would rather y'all, if y'all gonna watch, yeah, exactly, Pedro. Just like out of nowhere, a restriction. Like, what the fuck did I say? And that's what gets me even more. When y'all don't even know what the fuck I said. That's what drives me nuts more. When the people, bro, there's 11 of y'all in here, and it's 11 people that I'm actually fucking talking to. How the fuck am I bullying anybody? You know what I'm saying? Like what the like you know how crazy that is? The people that are in here are people that I always talk to, but somehow I'm bullying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's the thing. That's why I was just like I'd rather get monetized on the it's an old name from Kingdom Hearts character. Ah, okay. Okay, Southwest. Okay. I see you. I see you. I see you. See, that's what I'm saying. I have it there. And then that's the thing, see? Because the thing is on YouTube, I have the ability to put all the chats together, not the TikTok one. I can put the YouTube chat and the Twitch chat on screen on YouTube, and y'all would all be able to see the conversation. TikTok is the only one that don't let me do that. Yes, I have the ability on YouTube so that you can see what YouTube is saying on the video and Twitch is saying all at the same time. I do that. I've done that. I just have to fix it up because I haven't bothered to do it because I don't have enough people. It was just like if it's two people watching, it was just like how much chat do you really need to see? You know, you know what I'm saying? It's like there's not much chat for you to see if both platforms only got one person. It was just like it's only two people messaging. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not crazy. There's like most people message me on TikTok. But that's what it is. That's why it's just like I'm doing it that way. So it's just like, okay, I'm gonna just grow these other platforms. I'm gonna use TikTok. I'm gonna still stream on here because it still pushes me out to people. It still does that. It still does. Not as much as I would like it to, but it still does. But at the same time, if I'm still going to other platforms, my message and what I'm talking about can still be heard on other platforms. It's not restricted to a platform that wants to restrict me. I appreciate it, Pedro. You don't even look at this point. It don't even matter if y'all tap. Seriously, these motherfuckers ain't sending me out there. Bro, I got 15,000 likes. I appreciate the fuck out of y'all. And I only got 9 people. And I'm bullying y'all? I'm bullying the 9 people I have in here. Bro. Bro. Like, are you fucking serious? Like, you see what I'm saying? It was just like, are you fucking serious right now? 9 people in here, 9 people that I actually talk to, and I'm bullying y'all. I'm bullying y'all into liking my shit. Imagine that. Imagine that. They were just like, nah, he told them to like the stream. We don't like that. We don't like that. We don't like that here. Like, that shit is crazy. And then the thing is like, you don't even verify the fact that people are fucking, like, my thing is for you to get a restriction or some shit like that, it should be that you getting like at least 15 people reporting you. He said, I tap every time you say something funny. Oh shit. And I was like, that's what I'm like. That shit is crazy to me. That's funny. That's funny. You tap every time I say something bullying. That's funny. I can't even argue that one. That's good. I can't argue that. I can't say nothing to that. I can't even argue that one. It was like, you got me on that. You got me on that. I was like, okay. But it's just like it's crazy to me because it's just like I'm like, is me having conversations with people that I want to have a conversation with, which is the part that's what irritates me the most. Cause it's like if it were me, like I understand if it was somebody that was MAGA and I was talking shit. Like I understand that. That I understand slightly. Slightly I understand that. But if I'm bullying somebody, that would mean I would have to call them out. Now, sometimes I do call them out, but most of the time I just pin their comment and then say something stupid about them, but I don't say their name. So you can't say I'm technically bullying you. You just got offended that you thought I was talking to you. You see what I'm saying? It's not that they increase the censorship, is that they want the people. There's people on TikTok that TikTok doesn't want to continue. They want people to quit. That's the one thing that people don't understand when it comes to streaming on any platform. It like I was saying earlier about the military. When you in that thing, I was just like, bro, why did I join the fucking military? I was like, I could have been selling drugs right now. Type shit. That's the same thing that people go through when it comes to streaming. Some people get to the point like, yo, I've been doing this for fucking a long time. I haven't been successful. And usually people have that breakthrough right after. I've reported people for Hable. Yeah, I know. It's the truth. Everybody in the military has said that shit to themselves. Everybody. I don't care who you are. You said that in the military. I could have been selling drugs right now instead in the military. Instead of doing this dumb shit. Everybody in the military, you can ask anybody. You can ask fucking Vietnam fucking soldiers, and they will tell you that fucking statement. I could have been doing something else in my life. What the fuck am I doing here? Every single motherfucker. See, look, everybody. That is a universal military fucking knowledge. That shit is like ingrained in everybody. There's always that one moment in your time in service where you was like, I fucked up by doing this. And it's the same thing that gets to some people when it comes to streaming. To streaming, some people get to the point where it's just like, damn, man, I bought this nice ass mic. I bought this nice ass camera. I got the lights. I fixed up my computer. I bought a new graphics card to make sure everything looked nice and I could stream everywhere. And I'm not getting no views. And then you see people just stop. People just quit. People start selling their shit. They be like, oh man, I'm selling my mic, selling my camera, selling my computer. I was just like, the shit wasn't cutting out for me. So I'm just dropping it. And a lot of people do that. And that's what TikTok is trying to do right now. Because it's trying to cut down on costs. It can't tell you quit. TikTok is not going to be like, yo, hey, Brax, I need you to stop making videos, bro. I need you to, stop. Stop making those videos. TikTok's not going to tell you that. But they're going to make it tougher for you to try to be successful. Meaning that if you really want it, you're going to try to go for it. If you really want to be successful at content creating, you're going to continue to do it. You're going to continue to push for it. You're going to continue to make videos. Even though your videos only get 300 views, you're still going to make those videos. Because the thing is you're going to have at least another 100 people. It's 100 people doing this. You one of the 100. You're going to have at least 75 of those 100 just quit. Because they're like, damn, man, my shit ain't getting no views, man. I was just like, what am I making videos for? It was like, I'm stuck at 300. I can't get monetized like this. And then those 75 people disappear. Now you only got to worry about 25 people to pay. Now it's only 25 people you got to pay. And out of those 25 people, not all of them are going to make great content. Out of those 25, 15 make good content. Out of those 15 that's left, 5 of them is going to make great content. And then those top 3 are going to be the exceptional ones, the ones that you paying all the money to. The rest are getting paid, not as much. So then you only got to worry about 3 out of 100. So now imagine what you just did. Now you got 3 people that you know you're going to have to shell out some money for instead of 100. And that's the part that people don't understand when it comes to streaming. Look at all the fucking YouTubers. And YouTube, it's not a fucking... The thing is society and people have gotten so used to this fucking... How would you put it? This instant gratification, I guess, kind of thing, or instant success thing. They see that's what it is. Most people got used to being viral, going viral, that instant success that they just think is gonna happen to everybody. Some people get lucky and get that one video that goes nuts, crazy amount of views, crazy amount of followers, and then after that they don't do anything else. Because them going viral made it viral for that. And then everybody expects them to make a video that's going to be viral. But they just got lucky with what they made. Now everybody ain't watching them no more because it's not viral like the last video. So you got to be consistent. And I was like, I learned that through streaming. I was just like, yeah, you can be successful with certain videos. And then certain times people won't watch your shit because they don't want to see it. I understand that. It don't mean I'm going to stop though. Yeah, and that's what it is. It's slow, but you gotta You got to keep on working at it. And that's what a lot of people don't do. A lot of people just get to that point where they think, man, I should be a fucking multimillionaire by now. It's not gonna work. I know with this, it was just like I haven't been consistent. I've been streaming for 6 years and I have been inconsistent as fuck. From 20 to 22, I was still in the military. So I didn't really have the time to be consistent because I was still doing the military. From 23 to 26, I got out the military. I was trying to figure out life outside the military. Then I started my master's degree. Been working on my master's degree. This is the first year where it's actually like, hey, I have the ability that I don't have another restriction. I still got my family, still got my kids, still do all that stuff, but I don't have that restriction anymore. So that's why I'm trying to maximize this year with growing. I was like, and that's it. I finished my master's last year in May, and it was just like, hey, I'm about to have a year. This is damn near the first year I have that is just like off of thing. But then you got all the world going on, and it's just like, yeah, my master's. I finished my master's, Pedro. I finished it in May. Master's in public administration. And I was like, and that's what I did. And I was just like, you would see me stream and fucking curse out MAGA and talk shit to MAGA. And then it was just like, I got schoolwork, bro. I got to write this fucking papers. Public administration. And that's why I argue that's why I argue the shit I argue, because this is what I studied for school. This is what I got my master's degree. That's why I argued policy and all that other shit that they would think they knew about. It was like, no, I got my master's degree with a 4.0. I was just like, I didn't slouch. I got a 4.0 doing that shit. It was just like, nah. Yeah, you gotta finish it, man. You gotta get back to school. Use that GI Bill. Use the fucking VRE. I was like, I did that shit, and it was just like, this is the first year where it's just like, I don't have this. And it's just like, kid is in school, stuff like that. And it's just like, it's weird because the thing is I'm about to be out of the military for 4 years now. And this will be the first year where it'll be like, I don't have that restriction. So now that's why y'all seen that more of the time y'all see that I'm going live, whether it's sometimes twice in the day, sometimes early in the morning, and sometimes in the afternoon. That's why it's just like I have more time to do it, but I still have to figure out something where I could be consistent with the time. So that way it's just like, hey, if I know I got the day to myself to do the stuff. No, I use the GI Bill because I tried to fucking pass it when I re-enlisted to Germany. I was supposed to be able to transfer it, but the fucking retention NCO didn't do their fucking job. So my shit never was able to transfer. So what I ended up doing was I ended up going to K-State University, which if they are the legacy program helps them because they get a reduced tuition. But since I am a 100% disabled veteran in the state of Kansas, my dependents get to go to K-State for free if they choose to. And since I'm alumni with a master's degree, that's just them not wanting to go there. That's all. It's a plan to my madness. It's a plan to my madness. It's a plan to my madness. I got screwed over, but hey, there's always a way. I made sure to make it, and that's it. Yep. And that's what it is. And that's why it's like now, that's why I was just like, I'm doing this. I do my stuff for veterans because that's the business that I own, I created, and I'm working on building that also. So I'm working on doing consultations with veterans to get paid for doing the consultations with them as my basically side job. And then this will be another side hustle, which is me streaming. So I can continue to talk. And then in case I ever do, if I do decide to run for politics, I at least have a platform that people can come watch me on. So it's not like I'm starting from scratch trying to reach out to people. Because there's enough of y'all that have asked me to run for politics. Well, that's part of the process. It was just like, if y'all feel that way and y'all think y'all would support me doing it, it was just like, if I could grow the platforms all across, that means that I can reach more people in the time where social media is what's needed. I'm not reaching people out through fucking mail or through the newspaper. I gotta reach people through streaming platforms. I gotta be able to get on somebody's TV, get on somebody's phone. So that's why I'm also doing this channel and doing it like that. So that way it's like, hey, if I'm doing consultations with vets, that's bringing in income. I'm a disabled veteran. I got income for the rest of my life. Then if I do this on the side, that's another income. That's 3 different incomes that I'll be able to earn. And then all that gets passed down to my kids. Once I pass, the disability payments stop. But then if I have a business that's operating for veterans and then the streaming thing, hey, next thing you know, it's my daughter talking all this hot shit. And she's gonna be good at this shit too. She's already talking to me. I was like, I want to stream. I was like, all right. I already got a computer built for her. She's like, and that's what it is. Is that it's like you have to build it. I already have it. I got 2 computers. I sold my third one to my neighbor because I didn't have any use for the third one because the little one was still too small to computers. Now I regret it because of the fact that is that she's ahead of her time because she watches the older one with computers. And my third one, I need to buy her a fucking laptop through this year at some point. And it's depending on what it was. I want to get her a gaming one, but I know what the price is, which I don't care, but she gonna get it. But it's just, the yapping I'm here from spending the money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what it is. It's a process to make sure all this shit I've done, all the thing I spent joining the military was for my kids. That's it. Hey Pedro, nah, bro. Just buy a pre-built. Right now, pre-built is the way to go. Don't try to build the film. I looked at the price. Fuck that. Fuck that. But that's the thing. The thing is the way I look at it is like it's not even breaking a generational curse because the thing is I'm just building on my parents. For a lot of us, it's just building from our parents. It's not a generational curse. We never been cursed. We just never got to those resources. That's the way you gotta look at it. We've never been cursed. We've never had generational curses. We're just building on the last generation. That's how you gotta look at it. Ain't nobody cursed. We don't have generational curses. You gotta remember, some of us are first, second, third born in the US. That's not a generational curse. You are the generation. You are the generation. You're not the curse. You're just the start of it. Look at your first generation. They were just like, she said, I'm a purebred American. I remember that. I'm a purebred American. But that's what it is. It was like we're the start of it. Cause that's the thing. A lot of our parents immigrated over here. You're welcome, Lizette. That's how I always try to do that with people. Sometimes it's the mentality you got to look at it in a different point of view. That's why I'm always. That's why a lot of people fuck with me because I always see shit in a different way. Sometimes you gotta have somebody explain it to you in a different way for you to see something that you've been looking at. You just didn't see it. It's like, where's that Waldo? You don't know what the fuck Waldo look like until somebody tells you got a red and white sweater on. You know he in the picture. I'm still typing. That's what I'm saying. When everybody tell you look for Waldo, if you didn't know Waldo had a fucking red and white sweater, your ass would still be looking at that fucking picture. Somebody just got to tell you, yo, he wearing a red and white sweater and red white hat. Because there's some other motherfuckers that got the red and white sweater, but they don't got the hat on. And that's what it is, Jeanette. That's what it is. That's why it's not a generational curse. We're expanding the generational boundaries. That's the way I like to put it. I'm expanding the generational boundaries for my kids. But that's what it is. I'm expanding the generational boundaries for my kids. Cause hey kids, I got a master's degree. Now it's on one of y'all to get a PhD. Or if I get a PhD, You got to do something more than a PhD because you supposed to be better than me. That's it. That's how you got to look at it. That's what it is. You are expanding generational boundaries. And if you look at it like that, your perspective change real fucking fast. Cause then it's just like I'm the one setting the boundary. Cause you're gonna have kids. Then your kids is gonna look up to you the same way you looked up to your parents. Cause some parents, like my parents, they didn't all finish school. My dad didn't finish school. My mom did. They moved forward. They got me to where I got. They helped pay for my school. They helped me prepare for life. Then from there, I took that boundary. It was like, you know what? I told my mom I'm gonna get a fucking master's. I'm gonna get my bachelor's degree. What I do? Got my bachelor's degree. I'm gonna buy a fucking house. What I do? I bought a fucking house. Told my mom that I'm gonna buy a fucking house. We ain't gonna live in apartments. We're gonna buy a house. Bought a fucking house. Then I went and you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna get my master's. These motherfuckers is paying for it. I'm gonna get my master's degree. Now my kids, I got them set up for success. It was like, hey, you can get your bachelor's for free. Y'all gonna be smart enough to get fucking scholarships because my oldest right now, she's fucking a year ahead. She's about to grad. I think she might graduate early next year as a junior in high school. So I was just like, I was like, you just gotta push. You are the boundary. Whatever generation you are the boundary. You are setting the boundary for the next one. It's on you to make sure that that boundary gets surpassed. That's it. I was like, I did it through the military. I had to make sacrifices, but I was willing to make sacrifices because I understand this is something that shows the next generation. I was just like, I made those sacrifices, spending 10 years in the military, fucking up and getting my body fucked up, not seeing missing events and stuff like that. Do I regret that part? Yes, but at the same time, I understand that sacrifice because that's what got me where I'm at now. So it's you being that generational boundary, but then you also being that sacrifice that understands that, hey, what I am doing will lead to benefits on the other end. What you're doing isn't slowing down. It's just like you're doing the stuff that you know you can do. Because the thing is that's the one thing, and I'll say this: a lot of people don't realize the accomplishments that they have achieved because they never sit down and actually celebrate them. And that took me time. That was something that I went through this past December where I sat back and I actually thanked myself. I was proud of myself. I was happy for myself because it was just like, damn, bro, you 40. You old as dirt now, motherfucker. You old ass motherfucker. They were just like, but it was just like, damn, I got my bachelor's degree. I got my master's degree. I bought a house. I've bought in 5 cars over that time period. I was just like, my kids have their shit there. But that's the thing, Pedro. That's the thing. That emotional damage that we have is there. That's the thing. That emotional damage that is just like you haven't done enough. Cause the thing is your parents always said they never did enough. These motherfuckers did more than we can fucking appreciate. My mom, my dad, I've had my issues with my dad. I've had my issues sometimes with my mom, but it's just like these motherfuckers always they never did enough. So motherfucker, look what the fuck I am. I'm here because of you. It's just like I'm here because of you. I didn't make it here on my own. I'm here because of you. Everything that I accomplish is because you allowed me to accomplish. And sometimes, hey, some of y'all, some people need to go and hug their parents. Some people need to go hug their parents. Put it like that. It was just like it was just like, and that's the same thought process I have. I still haven't done enough. Got my bachelor's, got my master's, got a house, got the shit they need. They good, clean clothes, food on the table all the time. I haven't done enough. I know I have, but I can always do more. And that's why it's just like I would rather get it to the point where I know I've done enough after, knowing that when I'm not around, I can still do for them while I'm not around. And that's what I'm trying to build. That's when I'll say I have enough or I did enough, where I'm not around and they still feel like I am around. That's when I will feel that I did enough. That's it. I'm only 40 years old. I look a lot younger. Sometimes I feel like I'm in my 60s, but then when I get my health right, start getting my body right, I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna feel like I'm 40. And that's what it goes. And that's what it is. So well said. I should have clipped that. I'll probably look at that somewhere and record it. Or it is being recorded though, so I might have to do that. He said she, but that it was like that's the not much Fuzzy. I'm just talking life, Fuzzy. Just talking life. What's up, Fuzzy? I was like, and that's not that's what it is. That's what it is. Most people don't understand that. Most people is just like you got to realize it that when you will be satisfied when you know you've done enough. Oh, he ain't here, Fuzzy. The cat. I'm surprised he's not in here. He ate already. That's why. I would say give it like midnight, then he'll show up. But that's what it is. It's just like when you look at it that way, it's just like you got to build for your kids. You did a whole ass TED talk. Lizette, I always end up doing that shit. It's even worse when I drink. Shit, and this is sober. This is fucking sober. I was like, this is these are the conversations that I would have with my soldiers. These are the conversations I would have with my soldiers. That's why I gained a lot of respect from people because I was always trying to teach people. I was just like, if you got kids, it's no longer. It took me a while to do that. It took me a while to realize that with my first child. It took me a while to realize that, and that's when it was just like when I realized that it was just like I joined the military because of my first child, and then building all the stuff I did. Like I said, like me going to K State wasn't because I wanted to go to K State. I didn't want to go to K State. I wanted to go to KU. But my daughter wants to be, when she was growing up, she said she wanted to be a veterinarian. She doesn't want to be a veterinarian no more, which is fine. But K State is veterinarian school. That's why I went to K State to make sure if she wanted to be a vet, she could go to school to become a vet and not have to worry about it. It was like it's all a plan. Everything I've done in my life is just like once I had that kid and then I've had two more after that, everything after that, every plan I've done, everything I've done in life has been to make sure that when I'm gone, whenever that day is, those three will never have a worry in the fucking world. They won't have to worry about shit. They won't have to worry about paying bills. They won't have to worry about fucking buying a home because they're gonna have a home. And all that stuff. That's what it fucking is. And Fuzzy on Switch, she's like, remember, folks, Cruz is outnumbered in his house. I love you, Fuzzy. Love you, Fuzzy. Fuzzy's been a real one on Twitch for years. And it's just like that's how I've always had these talks. I've always been like that. I've always been a person that is just like enlightenment is not a, how would I say it? And I wouldn't even say enlightenment. I would say this. With me, a lot of the shit I say, you have to record and write down. Cause I can't remember half of the shit I say. So that whole speech I just gave y'all, I wouldn't be able to tell y'all what I just told y'all. That's how I think. But I would not be able to regurgitate what I just told y'all. So if y'all want to rewatch that, it's on YouTube. So that's all I'll say. If y'all want to rewatch it, it's on YouTube. But it was just like, but that's how it is. Me, it was just like the amount of my soldier. There was one soldier that it was just like he always wanted like help with writing awards. Yeah, Unk status is real now. The Unk status is real. It was just there was one soldier that always asked for awards, like bullet, like because when you give a person an award, you have to write like a citation for it, and I would just freestyle it, but I couldn't remember the shit I just said. I was like, bro, if you don't write my shit down, it's just like I gotta remember what time was it? How long ago was that? I'll probably I'll rewatch that live I'll rewatch this video because I do have it recorded. So it's around I would say like the 2 hour and 40 mark, I would say. Let me jot that down. 2 hour 40 minutes mark. Because I do record all of these. So I haven't recorded they're saved on YouTube, but I always record the stuff on there. Yeah. I'll have it. I'll love it. Hey, too. But I'll remember shit like that though. See, that's the thing. I'll remember moments. I'll remember things, but the shit I said when it comes to stuff that is always like, when it comes to stuff that is just like influential or something that's one of those like deep ingrained thoughts that I have that it's like something that makes me operate. I won't be able to regurgitate it right. Like the same way I just said it, I won't be able to. I was like, I'll think it through. I'll have the process. This is just how my brain operates. I know what I'm doing. I know I'm working for my kids. I know I'm working to get it that way. Nah, it's here. I got a bunch of sticky notes. That's how I get shit done. That's how I get shit done. I think of too much shit. I think of way too much shit. I have to write it down. I think of way too much shit. I think of my mind is always. I can't shut the shit off. My mind is always thinking, so I have to write things down in order for me to be able to remember them, be able to look back and be like, oh, that's what I was talking about. Because I will not, I just, there's too many thoughts and too many ideas that come through my head. I got a dry erase board. That shit is too far. By the time I make it over there, I forget. That's why I got sticky notes and I'll write it down. I was just like, because there's a lot of stuff that I was just like there's shit like that's why I made that video. I think it was like yesterday or 2 days ago, where I was just like, it's scary for me that I've failed to remember a lot of the experiences I've had and a lot of the thoughts I've had, but sometimes they just randomly appear. Random thoughts that I've had of things that I wanted to do, boom, out of nowhere. It's just like, oh yeah, remember this shit? And I'm like, what the fuck just triggered that? Like it would just trigger out of nowhere. It's just like I don't know. So I've learned through therapy to write a lot more shit down. So that way I can have a way of remembering it and looking back at it. Because there's too many times that I don't remember the stuff. I was just like, I swear later on in life I'm gonna develop Alzheimer's. I just swear that's what's gonna happen. I ain't gonna remember shit. All the thoughts and all the shit I just so that's why I was just like that's what I think is like recording and having all this shit. So it's just like memoirs that I'll have in the future. Somebody will be able to watch it. Somebody will look back and be like, damn, that's some deep ass shit this man said. Yeah, me voy a poner la pila. That's what I'm gonna do. Ponerme la pila. I'll be alright. I'll be alright. Me pongo la pila and I'll be alright. Yo me pongo la pila. I'll be alright. I'll be alright. But that's what it is. It was just like I always have these are that's why it's like I always have these thoughts and stuff like that. But the thing is like these conversations, it has to be over time. I can never have these conversations. I can't have like a sit down conversation like this and have what I just spoke to y'all about just off rip. It has to be like a continued conversation where it like leads into my mind slowing down enough to process these thoughts to say them. That's why most of the time when it came to arguing with MAGA, it's just like I I would remember those facts. But then when it came to like when the random times when I'd be like, yo, I just thought of this. That's what I'm saying. Like my mind slowed down enough that it connected some other shit. And it was just like, I just thought of this. This is why this happened. That's why I always have those fucking like epiphany moments on stream, because it's like my mind actually slowed down to process all the thoughts and put them together and be like, yo, bro, that's what you was thinking about. And I was like, oh shit. Word. And that's when my roasts become worse. Cause then when I'm slowed down and I understand it, that's when I come up with even better roasts. So I'll be coming up with some random ass shit that I don't. I think back sometimes to the shit I've said. And I be like, where the fuck? How the fuck did I think of that? I was just like MAGA lighting. Who the fuck comes up with MAGA lighting? Like the fuck? Like who thought of MAGA lighting? The amount of shit bro. That's what I say. That's why I like listening to it. I was like, one day it's gonna be funny when I look back. I'm gonna be old, probably in a fucking nursing home or some shit. I'm gonna just turn on my YouTube channel and just watch that one. I'm gonna just watch it and be like, damn. It's like that was good. You know what I'm gonna do though? On that 2 hour and 40 minute mark, I'm gonna put that today was the 10th of February. 10th February before I forget. 2026, because you had me all fucked up looking at all sorts of shit. Fucking 2 hours and 40 minutes of what? What 2 hours and 2 o'clock? 2:40? 2:40 in the morning? 2:40 at night? What the fuck is my talk? I'm gonna look at this shit and I'm gonna be confused as fuck for the next like week. Not knowing what the fuck I was talking about. Gotta write this shit down. But approximately 11:30. I'm telling you, fuck my whole shit up. I'd be confused as hell. I have but that's the thing. I have it. Everything is recorded and it records in 30-minute segments. So I know that it's within this last 30-minute segment from the 2:30 minute, from the 2 hours and 30 minutes to the 3 hour mark. I know that's where that part is. So at least I know, because I started doing that with the videos so that way I can single them out easier. I started doing the recordings, but making it so that the recording stopped. A new file will start every 30 minutes so that way it would be easier to just cut into a certain thing and not have a long ass fucking 4 or 5 hour video type shit. But I don't think I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow. Yep, just like video cameras do. Yep, same thing. I learned my lesson. It was just like I've been recording, I'll be doing some lives. I've had lives go like 5, 6 hours, and I'm just like, bro, I ain't watching this shit again. It's like I don't give a fuck how many clips I got this out this shit. I'm not watching it again. But yeah, tomorrow I'm not streaming. My throat is hurting, and my throat, I feel like I'm still sick. And now it's like my throat is bothering. I've been talking and I've been going through it. I've been trying to drink water, but that shit it feels like it's getting worse with more talking. So tomorrow, no streaming at all. I will just be working on stuff, and that's about it. But I'm gonna call it a night. I appreciate y'all as always for tuning in. Appreciate y'all for following me on Twitch, following me on YouTube, subscribing on each way. Like I said, we'll continue to do this. And if I'm live here, I am going to be live on the other two platforms. That will be automatic. That will be the way I continue to go forward with this app. It was just like, I don't get the push here. I'm going to keep on getting restricted here. YouTube doesn't restrict me. Twitch doesn't restrict me. I'm monetized on Twitch, working on YouTube. Like I said, it'll be either one, but we'll do it that way. I'm trying to end this at 3 minutes, 3 hours. So yeah, my throat is not gonna allow anymore. As always, be good to one another, take care of one another, look out for one another, love one another, stay marvelous while doing it, y'all. Appreciate y'all time, appreciate y'all watching. As always, hope y'all have a good rest of y'all evening. Have a great rest of y'all week. I will try to see if either Thursday or something, I'll probably make a video or something or put it on the story. Otherwise, y'all have a good rest of your night. Appreciate y'all. Peace. Good night, y'all. All right, now we just gotta end this here.